ready to love it or leave it. Only at Potawatomi. Learn more at PaysBig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
If you're living with joint pain in your shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, and you have Medicare or Medicaid insurance, coming to Rejuvenex to solve your pain problems is something you should strongly consider. First off, because our FDA-approved pain treatments have been shown in many cases to be highly effective at reducing inflammation and substantially alleviating pain. Secondly, Medicare and Medicaid cover Rejuvenex treatments, so your cost could be nothing, or next to nothing at all. Chronic pain will only worsen with age. This leads to a far more compromised lifestyle, depression, and soon they start talking surgery. And then what? You have to get in front of arthritis and chronic pain, because the sooner you do, by letting us begin to calm those pain points, the better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and we can alleviate your pain so you can rejuvenate your life. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why, through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now, the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Monday, February 24th, our top story, a suspect shot and killed in Fond du Lac.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Confusion at the Milwaukee VA.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Looks like we've got a crash to start things off. This is on 94 northbound, just north of Highway 20 in Racine County. The left lane is blocked with that, so careful with it. Otherwise, everything else is looking good. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, another mild day, partly cloudy skies and a high of 47 degrees, increasing clouds overnight. Low staying above freezing at 33, right now at 38. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, police shot a person in the town of Fond du Lac. WTMJ's Adam Roberts is live at the Breaking News Center this morning.
Vince, authorities say they made contact with the suspect over the phone regarding a warrant, then responded to the Woodland Park mobile home community. Their deputies say that suspect refused to listen to commands. They used non-lethal force on the suspect, who then showed a gun, according to authorities. They then shot the suspect, who later died at a hospital. No officers or members of the public were injured. The officer involved is on administrative leave, and the State Department of Justice is investigating.
Confusion over emails sent by Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency asking federal workers to send a list of job duties and job accomplishments from the past week. Managers of some agencies have told their employees that responding to the email is optional, while others have directed their employees not to send anything back. More from ABC's Nicole D'Antonio.
The Department of Veterans Affairs is the latest agency hit by job cuts. 1,400 workers classified as newly hired are being let go. A former VA staffer is now suing, saying a recent job change classified her as probationary, even though she has 19 years of service. The VA says the new cuts will save taxpayers $83 million per year. The question now is whether more agencies will get on board with Musk and the White House, and what happens if they don't.
Now, locally, employees at the Zablocki VA Medical Center in Milwaukee are being urged to comply with Musk's demand. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports the executive director there told employees in an email that they are encouraged to respond but not required to do so.
President Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron support the potential deployment of European troops in Ukraine as peacekeepers to oversee a perhaps ceasefire deal that would be made in the future. The White House also wants Ukraine to sign a $500 billion deal that would give the U.S. access to Ukrainian rare earth minerals. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
It's essential that we work together so that when we negotiate with Russia, the strongest defenders of freedom are at the table: America, Europe, and the Ukraine.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer will visit the White House later this week, where the president is expected to discuss the deployment of 30,000 European peacekeeping troops.
The Vatican says this morning that Pope Francis rested well all night long. This comes after news that the 88-year-old's health improved slightly. More from CBS's Delia Gallagher.
He hasn't had any further respiratory crises. He has been able to reduce the amount of oxygen flow when he was using the nasal tubes.
The Pope remains in critical condition.
Reports suggesting the Pope is working from the hospital, though. Marquette University Professor Emeritus Father Stephen Avella telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News the Pope was making calls at his bedside Monday morning.
Not only Gaza, he was supporting people in the Ukraine. He was speaking up in behalf of immigration and denouncing the mass deportations. He was going right where the issues were and speaking firmly and loudly.
Here at home, new details about the deal to bring Scheels to the old Boston store location at Mayfair Mall.
Securing Scheels at Mayfair is significant on its own. But Wauwatosa Mayor Dennis McBride tells Wisconsin's Midday News it also means keeping some big names at the mall.
Nordstrom had an agreement. There needed to be 2 other anchors, so this is important to keep Nordstrom. Macy's wanted to make sure there was another anchor at the other end of the mall.
The sporting goods retailer already has a presence in Wisconsin with stores in Appleton and Eau Claire, but sees Tosa as a big opportunity.
Scheels has been nibbling at Mayfair probably for the entire time since this vacancy came up in 2018.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Joann Fabrics, that chain originally announced that it would shutter 16 locations in the state, 500 across the country, after declaring bankruptcy in January. Stores began going out of business sales February 15th.
Coming up, you can turn down the panic meter for now.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:04.
Do you have a written financial plan? Hi, I'm Aaron Kowal of Kowal Investment Group. We have recently joined Creative Planning, a national registered investment advisor. This move allows us to provide more comprehensive wealth management services to help with all aspects of your finances, including your investments, taxes, estate plan, and more. At Creative Planning, we understand life is busy, and sometimes important things like retirement planning can fall to the wayside. So I'm here to remind you to take time to plan. A 1-hour complimentary consultation with our fiduciary advisors will help you get started on the path to your dream retirement. We will review your current financial situation, your goals and needs, and help you plan for life's what-ifs. Don't delay planning for your future any longer. And even if you already have a plan, a second opinion from our advisors can help determine if there are adjustments to make. Kowal Investment Group is now Creative Planning. Visit creativeplanning.com to get started. That's creativeplanning.com.
So how would I describe our people? I'd say the people we set out to hire have to be smart, hardworking, and honest. Honesty being paramount of the 3. Because honesty breeds integrity. And when you have integrity, you won't let yourself do anything less than your best. And that's who we're looking for. Character counts here, and integrity matters. And that's why it's easy for us to offer the industry's best lifetime workmanship warranty with every roof we sell. A rock-solid warranty like ours guarantees our reputation and assures your satisfaction. At Semper Fi, we do the right thing. We seize the moral high ground and we hold it. And when you do that, you end up having a business that's going to last for generations. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
At the Milwaukee Auto Show, we have a vehicle for almost everything, and we certainly have a vehicle for your thing. The Auto Show has the largest selection of vehicles from different manufacturers all in one place. Barrett Center, the 22nd through the 2nd. Buy tickets online, no added fees. AutoShowMilwaukee.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Baseball's best catcher back behind the plate. We got sports at 6:15.
With Black History Month coming to an end in just a couple of days, former Milwaukee Judge Derek Mosley shares a story about a Wisconsin record company.
Founded in 1888 in Port Washington, the Wisconsin Chair Company started out as, you guessed it, a chair manufacturer. When competition increased, the company pivoted to music.
The Wisconsin Chair Company started a record company called Paramount Records, and they located it in Grafton, Wisconsin.
From 1920 to 1923, a quarter of all the blues music in the United States came out of Grafton.
Sun Ra, Blind Lemon Jefferson, Ma Rainey, all traveled to Grafton to cut blues records.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Getting a little bit cheaper to fill up the gas tank.
A result of steady oil prices and sharp spikes along the West Coast fading, the national average is beginning to look a little bit better for drivers who have to fill up. The Energy Department reporting in the past week the average price of regular unleaded came down 2 cents to $3.13 a gallon. That's about 12 cents less than a year ago at this time. The cheapest gas can be found right now along the Gulf Coast at $2.70 a gallon. Alex Stone, EBC News.
Right now, the average price for a gallon of unleaded in Wisconsin, $2.86. That's down 12 cents from a month ago.
Stand down for now. NASA now says an asteroid discovered 2 months ago will not threaten Earth.
Derek Pitts, chief astronomer at the Franklin Institute, says asteroid 2024 YR4 is up to 300 feet wide.
Comes around this section of the solar system every few years or so.
After more calculations, NASA says the chances of it smashing into our planet in 2032 have fallen from 3% to nearly zero. Still, astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson says we need to come up with a plan for future threats.
I don't want to be the laughing stock of the galaxy as being the only intelligent species with a space program that did not prevent its own extinction.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Man, there's a lot to get into there. First of all, do we have to do this back and forth for the next 7 years? Well, now it's 0.00 whatever percent. Now it's 1%. Now it's 4%. Now it's back down to zero.
Yeah.
And then also, we do not want to be the laughing stock of the galaxy.
Don't want aliens laughing at us.
I love that. The only ones with a space program who didn't figure this out. Look at those guys over on Earth.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I don't know. We visited them a lot. What are they doing down there? 6:09 in Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, boaters!
Well, if you have an old boat, new boat, or in between, then Kendor Marine is a great place for you to shop. Because not only do we have all the parts and accessories you need for almost any kind of boat, we also have the expert advice that just about any boater is one day gonna need. I'm Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com. At Kendor Marine, we have everything you need but the water. For over 50 years, boaters have found that to be true. Because when they've needed that old part they thought they'd never find, guess what? They found it here, along with everything else you need to keep your boat out there on the water. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
KendorMarine.com.
6:10. Let's get a look at the roads on this Tuesday morning. Debbie.
Okay, well, we got this crash on 94 northbound just past Highway 20. The left lane is blocked right now in Racine County, so watch out for that. We've got bunching around that area, of course. The rest of the system is actually looking pretty good. We got a pretty smooth ride across the area with light volume and pretty much standard speed. Still a little bit like greasy roads. Just be extra careful. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. More sunshine for today. High temperatures in the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. We'll see another system head towards us tonight into Wednesday. That'll bring cloudy skies, a chance for a couple rain showers with temperatures in the 40s. We could see a small chance for an isolated rain or snow shower on Thursday with cloudy skies and highs in the lower 40s. And then as we get towards Friday, we'll look at high temperatures back towards the 50s. Breezy winds out of the south and partly cloudy skies. Saturday, we'll see temperatures drop a bit as we head into the weekend with temperatures in the 30s and partly cloudy skies. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 38 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Petrano and Eric Bilstad.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. The Pope seems to be doing a bit better this morning, Vince. Pope Francis's condition said to have improved slightly overnight. The Holy Father's been in the hospital for a week and a half dealing with a serious respiratory condition. Milwaukee Archbishop Jeffrey Grobb addressing the Pope's health during a Mass at St. Matthias in Milwaukee.
As we continue to pray for our Holy Father, Pope Francis.
So he remains in critical condition. However, things have improved again slightly.
The 88-year-old pontiff, hospitalized over 10 days ago with double pneumonia, is said to be improving. The kidney issue discovered over the weekend, not a cause for concern, according to the Vatican.
He hasn't had any further respiratory crises. He has been able to reduce the amount of oxygen flow when he was using the nasal tubes.
Pope Francis was able to resume some work Monday while inside the hospital in Rome.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You remain baffled by this.
He's 88. He's in critical condition. Doesn't need to make the phone calls. He doesn't. Just take it easy, Pontiff. This is my take.
If he's up and, feeling lucid and whatever,
Yeah,
he can call on the phone.
Okay. Milwaukee Archbishop Grobb, as you heard earlier, he held a Mass at St. Matthias. TMJ4 News was there. He spoke to TMJ4 News about the fact that the Pontiff is on the minds of many.
Whenever I think about him is the sense of accompaniment. In a sense, that's who we are supposed to be as members of the church, as members of the body of Christ. We accompany our brothers and sisters. We accompany one another on the journey of faith.
And, of course, the work goes on at the Vatican despite his condition. I mean, they'll get him back out there in the Pope-mobile tomorrow if they could, have him drive him around. They're not doing that. He's still in the hospital. However, though, the work does continue. Marquette Professor Emeritus Father Stephen Avella was on Wisconsin's Afternoon News talking about what happens now.
There are a number of what we would call cabinet offices. They're called dicasteries over there that handle some of the ordinary and routine dealings of the church, how to deal with foreign relations, how to deal with the clergy, how to deal with various doctrinal issues. And then overseeing that is this Cardinal Secretary of State.
So if the Pope were to pass away, if that were to happen, the senior cardinal would temporarily take over functions before the conclave. There's a fascinating line in the conclave movie where they say something about, well, we don't want to come off like this is a burden that we put too much on the Pope, as he in the later days of his life. And then another cardinal says, well, being the Pope is a burden. It is something that you have to carry. The weight is on your shoulders always, no matter your age or your condition.
I think it's interesting, too, if you know anything about the church, and the Catholic Church in particular, just the hierarchy. It's a fully functional government.
Right.
So just like in our American government, you have various systems and checks in place for every contingency. Yes, things and the work will go on while prayers continue this morning for the Pope. It is 6:15 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Vince Vetrano this morning for Annex Wealth Management, navigating the world of investments, retirement, taxes, estate planning. Feels like a maze, and it is easy to get turned around. Maybe you lose your way. Maybe you get discouraged. Maybe you don't even start. That's where Annex steps in. They are a fee-only fiduciary, meaning their only focus is on your best interests. There are no hidden fees, no commissions, just skilled guidance tailored to your goals. They'll take you through that maze using the collective experience of specialized teams to build and serve. Annex offers financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, and Annex Ignite. They meet you where you're at. So if you're like me with a lot of runway between now and retirement, or at least I sure hope so, already there maybe, or looking for a second opinion from your current partner who might not be cutting it, Annex is ready for you. Visit AnnexWealth.com. You click the Get Started button. There are locations in Brookfield, Mequon, Lake Country, Appleton, downtown, Madison, Naples, Florida, if you need it, Libertyville, Illinois. You can contact them and do a video conference on Zoom. Click that Get Started button and schedule your own appointment today. It's Annex Wealth Management.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
To Arizona for spring training in your Milwaukee Brewers, where our favorite catcher has some lofty goals this year.
The best catcher in baseball made his return to Cactus League play on Monday. William Contreras had his first start. His manager, Pat Murphy, appreciated having Wild Bill back behind the plate.
It's great to see William playing this early and getting some at-bats, but called a good game, was into it, appreciated that. No, he's special. His commitment to being great is high.
Contreras finished 5th in MVP voting last season, and he's already hinted at the fact that he wants to keep the same goals as last year. Earn another All-Star bid, maybe be a Gold Glove nominee, and another top 5 finish in MVP. From American Family Fields of Phoenix, I'm Dominic Cotroneo.
Contreras would go 1 for 3 with a single, and the Brewers lost to the Mariners. They fell 12-8. Third baseman Oliver Dunn had himself a day, going 3 for 3 with a home run. The 17-year-old phenom, Jesus Made, did not play. We're hoping maybe he would, but he did not play. Brewers and Guardians this afternoon. Bucks are back to work tonight. A new-look team trying to figure out everything. Giannis says there are some great opportunities for guys like Kevin Porter Jr. and Kyle Kuzma to get comfortable, given the fact that he's on a minutes limit. Bobby's out. Dame is kind of still going through some injuries and whatnot. So he says like these young guys can play. Listen to what he says about new Kyle Kuzma player.
I don't think Kyle came into Milwaukee with the reputation of being a defense. Being a defensive stopper.
That's his first name, Kyle?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I don't know if he was joking.
Kyle? Right. That was just Kuz. Anyway, Bucks and Rockets tonight, 7 o'clock tip, right here on WTMJ.
Milwaukee Admirals are going to have some fun with a classic Saturday Night Live sketch this week.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Christopher Walken, Will Ferrell, Jimmy Fallon was part of that. The cowbell sketch, also part of it.
Babies, before we're done here, y'all be wearing gold-plated diapers.
What does that mean?
Never question Bruce Pickens.
One who said, what does that mean? He had like 2 lines in the sketch, but that's who the ads could get for their special guest tonight as they change their name and uniforms to the Cowbells. Chris Kattan will be in the house. They'll also be the Cowbells, will the Admirals be, when they take to the ice on Friday night at UWM Panther Arena. Puck drops at 7 o'clock on both games.
I gotta have more cowbell.
Friars at the Golden Eagles tonight. Marquette hosting Providence. Nice early start at Fiserv Forum. 6 p.m. tip. Owner Tony Smith on the call, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
Huskies versus Badgers. Who wins? Husky or a Badger?
Oh, Badger. Scrap.
What even is a husky? A wolf or?
It's a dog.
Kind of dog. So it's not an actual wolf.
No.
It has wolf-like qualities.
They're cute dogs.
Kind of looks like it. They're smaller than wolves, but yeah.
Well, whatever it is, they're coming to Madison to face the Badgers tonight.
Right.
Washington Huskies in men's hoops. That's an 8 p.m. tip of the Kohl Center. Badgers Sports Update, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
Much like a satellite that's out of orbit.
I mean, we could put a man on the moon, but we're still basically very stupid.
For the past 4 years, the Rockets' playoff appearances had been dormant.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you can build a rocket, but he's still stupid.
The Bucks head to Houston to take on the Rockets.
Kyle Kuzma goes bowling right into Harden. Counter with a foul!
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. How long did you say we had till that asteroid hits us or doesn't hit us?
7 years or something.
It's
like
about
that.
7 years, right? That feels like a long time off.
Sure.
You can take almost that long to pay for your Pella Windows and Doors project right now, and you can do it at 0% interest on your financing. Take that. 6 years to pay off that project, 0% interest on your financing with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You're also getting more than those stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience, quality control, It's Pella that manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. So you're dealing with only one group of people throughout the whole duration of your project. A 10-year labor warranty also included, so you know things are secure to come. Experts installers, they work year-round. They can get most jobs done in as little as a day. And if something does go wrong, you call Pella because they're the ones who did the work. You're working with them start to finish. 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Certain restrictions do apply. This deal goes through March 8th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. Let's get an update on that traffic, Debbie.
Okay, we still have this crash northbound on 94, just north of Highway 20 in Racine County. The left lane is blocked with this, so we're starting to see delays stretching back to Highway 20, so just be careful with that. The rest of the system still looking pretty good. No major issues anywhere else. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy today, a high of 47. Tonight, more clouds, a low of 33. Could see some scattered showers tomorrow, maybe even a wet snowflake to the north. High of 45 on Wednesday. Thursday, isolated rain or snow, a high of 42. Friday, partly cloudy, mild and breezy. High of 52 degrees on Friday. Right now, it's 6:22. It's 38.
More confusion this morning in the federal government. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, led by Elon Musk. Individual supervisors, even the president sending mixed messages.
What he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired.
I'm going to let that settle for a moment.
Semi-fired.
Who is fired? Who is semi-fired? What even does that mean? Let's get into it.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
America will go bankrupt if this is not done. That's why I'm here.
We're trying to get good things done, but also, have a good time doing it.
We're just trying to have a good time here. We know President Trump has assigned Elon Musk to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. They've been exposing line items in various federal budgets that have appalled many Americans. We're spending money on this, we're spending money on that. Fair enough. But even if you support a downsizing, or better put, a right-sizing of the federal government, the methodology has plunged the federal workforce into confused chaos.
Over the weekend, Musk posting on X, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Soon after, the Office of Personnel Management emailing workers, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week. Deadline is this Monday at 11:59 p.m.
Okay, well, that's ABC's Mary Bruce there. That deadline has since come and gone. However, now apparently it's been extended.
Musk saying overnight that employees will get another chance to respond to his email asking them to list their recent accomplishments. The original deadline to respond passed overnight. But Musk now saying, quote, failure to respond a second time will result in termination. Musk not elaborating on a potential second deadline.
Nicole D'Antonio there from ABC News. So just from that standpoint, what are federal workers supposed to be doing? Because that edict, the most recent update from Musk, was posted on social media. Posted on X. That was not part of the email.
So if your CEO posted on X or on Instagram something about what his workers or her workers should be doing,
yeah,
you would read that.
Am I supposed to respond? Or should
Right.
I even be following the CEO?
Yeah.
Or so seriously, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to be following Elon Musk and his posts on X? Are they supposed to listen to their supervisors? Even at that, there's a problem.
The Office of Personnel Management told leaders of federal agencies their workers are not required to respond to Musk's email. The Justice Department, State Department, and Defense Department all telling their employees not to reply. But the Treasury Department saying their employees should respond. The Department of Health and Human Services said workers can respond if they want to.
So, yes, you should respond. No, you shouldn't respond. You can respond
But
if you want to.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you want to just to at least say, hey,
Sure.
no, I was doing work last week. Here's what I got done.
Okay, but if your most immediate supervisor, the person to whom you report directly, says, don't respond to this email, now what am I supposed to do?
But it's not as if you know whether or not your supervisor may have your best interest. Your supervisor may be have your back and want to help you, but at the same time, your supervisor may not have the control
and may not have a job soon.
Right. Yes.
Okay, Mr. President, can you clear this up for us?
We have people that don't show up to work, and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working?
Okay, fair enough. But do people have to respond to the email? Or should they listen to their immediate supervisors?
And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired.
So we have no clarity there. You're fired or semi-fired. I feel like I'm semi-fired every day. Aren't we all? But this has real-world consequences.
It does.
Fully right-sizing our government. A lot of Americans, if not a vast majority, agree that should happen. We don't want government to waste away our tax dollars. And I know people have been appalled at some of the things that have been revealed already once the microscope has been put over some of the federal spending. We're spending stuff on this, we're spending stuff on that. We've got crumbling schools here in Milwaukee. Shouldn't we be doing that? Okay, fine. But this idea that we villainize the entire federal workforce as a bunch of deadbeats, like, man, if you're going to Ireland next week and the dog ate your passport, you want somebody over at State to answer the phone today.
Yes.
Right? If your mother had a problem with her Social Security, whatever, you want somebody over there to be able to help you today.
Oh, we've got issues at the VA, too, it sounds like.
Yeah. You know what I want those folks focused on? Not whether or not they're supposed to answer this email or whatever. I want them to take care of our veterans.
Yes.
Some vet who has cancer, I want him or her to have the best possible care. And so what are they all thinking about this morning? Not any of that.
Legalize comedy. Yeah. Turns off.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 33 points to 43,461. The NASDAQ took a tumble, down more than 1% to 19,287. S&P 500 closed below 6,000 at 5983. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. You know, I get a lot of questions about QC Kinetics treatments, people asking if they should consider it for their own joint pain. Well, here's how you know. If you answer yes to any of these questions. Is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees or hips or shoulders or other joints, trouble sleeping or walking? Do you want to avoid surgery, a long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love because joint pain is holding you back? If you answered yes to any of these questions, don't wait. Call now. Call QC Kinetics and ask for your free consultation and learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can help you get lasting relief. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Well, it looks like we've got this accident still being worked on northbound 94, just north of Highway 20. The left lane is blocked, and the delays are stretching back to Highway 20. Now we've got a new accident on 894 eastbound at 27th Street. This is off on the left shoulder, so something to keep in mind there. Other than that, we actually have a pretty good ride shaping up. No major delays anywhere else. I'm Debbie Lazago.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Pope Francis was well enough this morning to meet with the Vatican Secretary of State to approve a new decree for saints. He also called a formal meeting to set the dates for their canonization. The 88-year-old Pope is still in critical condition with double pneumonia. During a meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron at the White House, President Trump was once again pressed about his relationship with Vladimir Putin.
When pressed, Trump again refusing to call Vladimir Putin a dictator, instead saying he might visit Moscow soon, a trip that would be a huge boost to Putin, who's been isolated from the West since the start of the war. Ukrainian President Zelensky, who Trump has called a dictator, under intense pressure from the White House to sign a deal giving the U.S. permission to mine critical minerals and resources inside Ukraine.
ABC's Ian Pannell reporting from Kyiv. Continued confusion in Washington over those job descriptions federal employees were told to write up or face possible layoffs. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, police shot and killed a suspect Monday in Fond du Lac. Sheriff's deputies responded to Woodland Park mobile home community for a person with a felony warrant. Authorities say the suspect did not follow commands, and after non-lethal force was used, that suspect drew a gun and was then shot. The officer involved is on administrative leave.
4 people are in custody in connection to the death of a teenager. Charles Roby of Milwaukee charged with 5 felonies. Also, Shatise Williams, DJ Chandler, and Shatiana Williams each face felonies as well. This is for the death of Makai Neal, who is 15 years old. The teenager found dead inside a stolen car that was burning. It was on fire near 26 and Locust when fire crews were called to the scene earlier this month. An autopsy revealed that Neal was shot 8 times with a stolen gun inside the car before it was set on fire.
A fight near a high school in Madison ended with 2 teenagers arrested. Officers got a call from staff of a fight off school property. Now, not all those involved were students at Vel Phillips Memorial School, but they called when the involved students returned to campus. Once police were on site, a student attempted to fight a parent who arrived at the school. 2 16-year-old boys arrested and are in juvenile reception.
A Whitefish Bay Elementary School associate principal is facing homicide charges. Associate principal at Cumberland Elementary, Rebecca Solomon, is charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle for a crash in December. It happened in the town of West Bend. She has an initial court appearance in Washington County next month.
A downtown Milwaukee development proposal centered on a minor league soccer stadium is now targeting summer for a construction start. Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reporting the 7-acre land parcel near 8th and Michigan has been sold to MDC Iron District LLC. It's an affiliate of Milwaukee Development Corporation. The sale price is the same amount as Federal American Rescue Plan Act grants given to the project in 2023 by Governor Tony Evers. The developers say they hope to begin stadium construction in early summer. Milwaukee Pro Soccer has targeted spring of 2026 for their first match.
The 2025 NFL Draft 2 months away, and organizers in Green Bay are entering the home stretch in the preparation.
It's a state fair of football.
Nick Meisner is the VP of Communications for Discover Green Bay. GreenBay.com is your one-stop shop for all draft-related info, from where to stay to how to rent out your home.
The majority of the event is free to attend.
And don't expect to copy and paste from recent drafts in Kansas City and Detroit.
We want visitors to know they're in Wisconsin, they're in Green Bay, so they're doing everything they can to find local touches.
For example, supper club offerings at concessions. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Traffic is sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Coming up, AI to replace thousands of jobs.
Do you know or work with kids who have special healthcare needs? Help them live their best lives. Contact Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network. Our specialists will connect you with services in your area. Wisconsin Wayfinder is free and confidential. Call 877-947-2929 or visit dhs.wi.gov/WISCWAY. Connect today. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Are you on track to achieve your retirement plans? Hi, I'm Jeff Kowal of Kowal Investment Group. We've recently joined Creative Planning, a national registered investment advisor. This move to Creative expands our ability to provide comprehensive wealth management, investment advisory, and retirement planning services. Now is the time to put your lifetime of hard work into action. For over 37 years, we've helped clients toward making their retirement dreams become a reality, and we'd like to help you too. And the best part, your plan will be completely tailored to you. Our in-house team of specialists will take the time to learn about you and your family, review your current situation, and find out what your goals are. Then we'll design a plan to help you get there. To get started, request your free meeting today with one of our fiduciary advisors by visiting creativeplanning.com. Whether you have met with us in the past or this will be your first meeting with us, we're excited to introduce Kowal Investment Group to you as Creative Planning. Visit creativeplanning.com today.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
Coming up in sports, I got to have more cowbell.
So we've talked about artificial intelligence and as it continues to grow and develop, what it could do for taking or helping with jobs, right, across the board. Well, Singapore's biggest bank says it expects to replace thousands of its staff with AI.
DBS plans to cut 4,000 jobs currently filled by temporary or contract workers over the next 3 years, replacing them with artificial intelligence. It also plans to create around 1,000 new AI-related jobs. Its outgoing director says AI is already being used at the bank with a, quote, economic impact of nearly $750 million this year alone. Not clear if that figure represents savings or profits or both. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
All of which surely will be passed on to you and me, the consumer. These vast savings, don't you think?
At what point will AI be talking to itself, like buying and selling things? Right? Where
they become competitors within the same program.
What can I do to get you in this car? Like it'll be doing different things like that.
You send your
AI.
AI bot to go talk to somebody else's AI bot.
Yes.
And the AI bot comes home and it's like, well, I bought this. Why did you do that?
We're going to end up in those floaty chairs like in Wall-E.
Yeah,
well, man.
It's only a matter of time. Well, okay.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Abby Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
What can I do to get you in this car?
I mean, was that not the end of the segment?
The customer is always right. My ass.
Vince Vitrano here. Fall is coming up, but right now we're looking ahead to spring. And WTMJ's Home Improvement Showcase is featuring senior realty specialists, Bruce's team, this week for all your senior realty needs. Bruce's team with over 45 years of experience in guiding seniors with making the move to a new lifestyle while protecting family memories and maximizing financial return. Bruce's team is with you every step of the way. Let them take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. Check out our Home Improvement Showcase page on WTMJ.com to learn more. Call Bruce's team to get started today. It's 262-242-6177, 262-242-6177.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
At 20 minutes before 7 o'clock. How about the roads, Deb? You got a big issue here.
Yeah, we got a couple of accidents. First of all, northbound 94, just north of Highway 20, the left lane blocked with this crash, and that's got delays stretching all the way back to Highway 20, so it is a little bit on the slow side through there. We've also got eastbound 894 at 27th Street with the left shoulder blocked with a crash, so careful with that. Right now, volume's light enough that I'm not really seeing delays with that specifically, but still, just wanted to take it easy through those areas. The rest of the system looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. More sunshine for today. High temperatures in the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. We'll see another system head towards us tonight into Wednesday. That'll bring cloudy skies, a chance for a couple rain showers with temperatures in the 40s. We could see a small chance for an isolated rain or snow shower on Thursday with cloudy skies and highs in the lower 40s. And then as we get towards Friday, we'll look at high temperatures back towards the 50s. Breezy winds out of the south and partly cloudy skies. Saturday, we'll see temperatures drop a bit as we head into the weekend with temperatures in the 30s and partly cloudy skies. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
38 degrees in Milwaukee. Gotta admit, as bird flu devastates the egg-laying chicken population, the price for eggs is skyrocketing. A lot of us have thought about this more at the point of sale, right? For a dozen eggs, right? What you pay at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And, okay, you look at that. Extra buck a dozen even. Still, I think, a pretty good bargain for a healthy food.
Sure.
But maybe what we're starting to consider now, and my own experience even, hadn't thought about this, for those businesses that buy and use eggs in bulk. I'll share that story in a moment. But first, how other things are going to start costing us more because eggs are costing companies more.
Getting that Moons Over My Hammy or the Grand Slam will cost more. Denny's is now joining the Waffle House and announcing it will have to add a surcharge onto any meal on its menu that includes eggs. Unlike the Waffle House, which is charging 50 cents per egg, Denny's isn't making it a set price, but instead will allow variations market by market and restaurant by restaurant, saying it's trying to navigate the rapidly changing market dynamics. Alex Stone, EBC News.
So some businesses are clearly passing that added cost on to us at the consumer level. If you build houses, lumber is your raw material, among other things. If you make omelets, eggs are your raw material. And so when they cost you more, you're going to pass that on. Or if you're a bakery.
We use whole eggs. We use egg whites. All depends on the recipe. I mean, we're staring at a white cake here in front of us that has a lot of egg whites in it. So it really just depends. But yeah, certainly we're using thousands of pounds of eggs.
It's the president of O&H Danish Bakery, makers of Kringle, punchki, cakes, and all sorts of other good things. Peter Olesen in studio with WTMJ's John Mercure. Thousands of pounds of eggs. So think about how quickly that cost is going to add up.
What does that mean for Fat Tuesday next week?
Right. We got a lot of punchki to make. So I used to do that, I worked at Susie's Cheesecakes for a high school and early college job. And we were over there in Wauwatosa where we used to be. And one of my jobs was cracking eggs. And we knew how many eggs we needed per a large batch of cakes or a smaller batch of cakes. So I can't remember what the number was, but you take these big cartons and then crack the eggs one by one into a container. A large, huge Tupperware that would have dozens and dozens of eggs in it. I was just thinking about that the other day. Each one of those, if every one of those cost $5 or $10 more, times how many times we did that. Yep. And Susie's at the time was a relatively small business. It has since grown. But think about these bakeries that are producing on scale. Now, Olesen did point out that they have been able to, at least for their operation, absorb some of that cost. And if you go to them for punchki, as you mentioned, or a big old cake on Fat Tuesday, you should not see higher prices.
Like anyone, we really hate passing on costs to our consumer. Is it needed sometime? Absolutely. But we really work as hard as we can without impacting quality, number one. We really don't reformulate or make changes like that unless it's for a better quality product, first and foremost. But we really try to take all that into account before we make that last final decision that we need to pass that on.
So he said, when you trade in commodities as they do, sometimes sugar will cost you less or sometimes something else will, so some of those prices fluctuate. And he does think ultimately the cost of eggs will come back down. So right now your punchki's safe.
Okay, good.
I promise.
Oh, I know a chicken. I know a chicken. And she laid an egg. And she laid an egg.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why, through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now, the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Warmer in the summer, cooler in the winter with an insulated, expertly installed Haas garage door from Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. Vince Vitrano here. We knew we would love the look and style of our new door, but I am so impressed, especially in those bitter cold snaps that we had this winter, with how much warmer it is in my garage. The weather is so hard on our cars and all the other stuff that we keep in the garage, and you can protect all of those things better by replacing an old, drafty, unsightly door with a beautiful new product from Lifetime Door Company. It is the biggest door to your house, and probably why, dollar for dollar, one of the best returns on your investment when you sell. Although, why would you sell now? And your home's exterior is the envy of the neighborhood. Get started now at lifetimedoor.net or visit my friends Rich, Rick, Ronnie, Mac, anybody over there at the beautiful showroom just north of 124th and Burleigh. 5% off your total purchase when you tell them Vinny sent you. Lifetimedoor.net.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
A Brewers fan favorite is back.
His time was short with the Brewers in 2023, but he quickly became a fan favorite.
First offering to him, and a drive out to left. This is high, deep, gone. Mark Canha.
Lane Grindle's call of Mark Canha's grand slam. He was a trade deadline acquisition for the Crew as they ultimately won the division. Now, Canha returns on a minor league deal. Pat Murphy explains.
Experience, for sure. Just a baseball player, I think, would be a great example for these young kids.
The first baseman / DH joins the team on Tuesday. From American Family Fields of Phoenix, I'm Dominic Cotroneo.
So the Brewers did play on Monday. They fell to the Mariners 12-8. 17-year-old phenom Jesus Made. We were wondering if maybe he'd get into the game. He was in uniform.
Okay.
Murph said, yeah, I'm going to try to get him in there. He did not play.
17.
He's 17 years old. I think he turns 18 in May. So, yeah, okay. He's got a little Jackson Churio in him. He has that same buzz about him that everyone's all fired up about. So, the Brewers play the Guardians later today in Arizona. Bucks and Rockets tonight from Houston, 7 o'clock tip, 6 o'clock Buck shoot-around right here on WTMJ.
College hoops, Providence at Marquette tonight. That's a 6 p.m. tip at Fiserv Forum. Badgers host Washington at the Kohl Center in Madison. That'll be an 8 o'clock stop. Badger Sports Badger Sports Update, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. On the ice, the Milwaukee Admirals this week become the Milwaukee Cowbells.
Fellas, it was sounding great, but...
So where'd the cowbell go?
Friday night, first 6,000 fans get a cowbell, and the Admirals will attempt to set a world record for most cowbells rung simultaneously. Tonight...
Don't blow this for us, Gene! Could be so selfish, Gene.
Chris Kattan is in town signing autographs from that sketch. Admirals in special cowbells jerseys. This is all paying tribute to the epic Saturday Night Live sketch featuring Christopher Walken. Of course, Will Ferrell was obviously in that. So the Admirals are the Cowbells tonight and Friday. Puck drops at 7 o'clock.
To the Southwestern Athletic Conference. So this is making the rounds now on social media. I thought you'd appreciate this. Prairie View A&M basketball playing Mississippi Valley. And the PA guy for Prairie View, little over the top. Listen to the PA guy in the background of this call.
Bush, he'll stop and spot for the three-point shot. Looks good, yeah.
Bush shooting at 50% from the three-point line.
So what do you think? A little too much there?
Are there lasers in there? Or is everyone okay?
It was half empty.
Nice drive. You step back
right montage.
Three-point line and bury it. 4-3, the Panthers up 1. Tanaj Petway gets a prayer and hits a three-pointer.
All games. So, yeah, it's making the rounds now. Prairie View A&M. That guy's really earning his money.
Zakir Sawyer.
Maybe a reason not to go.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
Vince Vitrano for Johnson & Sons Paving. You want a personal referral? I will do that for you. Just had another friend reach out and ask if I could get him in touch with Johnson & Sons. They've got a huge commercial parking lot over there, and not just for customers, but they got some pretty big trucks that come and go with shipping and receiving. So I reached out to my man, Jeff Johnson. I make the introduction. They're talking dates for the walkthrough already. The part I love best is, and Jeff copies me on these emails then. He tells my friends, I'll be able to discuss options. So they're going to look at what they need. They're going to build out a long-term plan and give you quotes on all of that. No obligation, but you may need that work done. And if you do, you'll have an honest assessment of what that's going to look like. Let me make an introduction for you, or just tell them Vinny sent you when you call. Plenty of Johnsons over there, no subcontractors. Asphalt and concrete, johnsonandsonspaving.com.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Julia Fellow here. Hey, are you ready to take the plunge with me? Join us for the Milwaukee Area Special Olympics Wisconsin Polar Plunge, March 1st at the Muskego Park Beach House. Brave souls will dive into icy waters to support local athletes. You can sign up to take the plunge or donate to Special Olympics Wisconsin. For more info and to register, visit plungewi.org or head to specialolympicswisconsin.org. Don't miss the fun and the freezing splash of a lifetime. See you at the Polar Plunge.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Debbie's got an update on a couple of incidents that we've been watching this morning, Deb.
Yep, northbound 94, just north of Highway 20. We had an accident there that was blocking the left lane. Looks like that one got cleared out of the way. Those delays have dissipated. We do still have this accident 894 eastbound at 27th Street, though. That's off on the left shoulder. Just minor delays heading into that area. Just be careful. Otherwise, eastbound 94 slowing down right past Barker Road to Brookfield Road, and then again from the Zoo Interchange to 84th Street. Westbound's backed up from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Our mild temperatures continue with a high of 47 degrees today, low of 33 tonight. Wednesday, some scattered showers, maybe some wet snowflakes to the north of Milwaukee, and a high of 45. Right now, 38 in Milwaukee. Bringing in friend of the program, two-time Sports Writer of the Year for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Lori Nickel. Lori, I've been trying to put this in actual workplace perspective, what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks, how many new faces that we have, parts that have moved out and whatever. It would be like Eric got traded to ESPN Milwaukee here, and I find out today, and then tomorrow there's someone I've never met sitting next to me, and we're supposed to do this show together.
Right, and you don't go by their name, you go by their nickname.
Because is it possible Giannis doesn't even know these guys' real names? He kind of suggested as much.
He's playing around for sure.
Okay.
He was 1,000% playing around. But I will say, okay, you know who the Greek Freak is. You probably know Splash Mountain Dame. And maybe you know who Derry Bird is. But now the new people, there's Kuz, TP, GT, Scoot, Ajax. I mean, I was sitting in the press conference the other day going, who are we talking about? I'm not even sure. And
those are all different people?
Yes, those are new players. And they're really important players because, get this, you know, the Bucks have Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and they're number 2 and number 12 in the league in scoring. but they don't have a whole lot of bench scoring. They're not very well ranked or rated in that, and they need bench scoring so desperately. So, and new people coming in. So Kyle Kuzman is Kuz, and that's what Giannis said. Who's Kyle? That's what he said the other day. And then, but you have Kevin Porter Jr. is Scoot, and he could be a real lift off the bench, along with a couple of other guys. But yeah, you got to go get to know the nicknames. We'll put out a code for you guys so you can follow along in the games.
Scoot? Is that what you said?
I first I'm like, is it Scooch? Is it Scoot? And I don't, and Doc's using code, and now the reporters are using code, and it's all these nicknames. We need to go, and there's so many juniors. There's like 3 or 4 juniors. It's really confusing. It's totally a rehaul. I mean, Giannis is the only one from 2013, and then the other Bucks tenured players are Pat Connaughton and Brooke Lopez from 2018. Bobby Portis came in 2020. Everybody else is new in the last year or so. So it's a big change.
I think we're onto something here, though. I would like to see, not to tell you how to do your social media, but perhaps you could create a cheat sheet, and then post a graphic so we can follow along when we're watching the games.
This isn't for fans. This is for reporters. This is just so I know who we're talking about. Trust. Okay, if you want it,
well then
you got
you can help all of us, right?
Oftentimes parents will do that for rec league. Some nice parent will have a little laminated sheet with all the names and the numbers next to the name, so you know which kid is who and you can root for him.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Well, yeah. I mean, this is a total, and the NBA is always good with nicknames too, but this Bucks team is really new. And let me tell you, that locker room is different. There's no Bobby there. Chris Middleton's locker room has been totally shut down. There's no nameplate over it. There's nobody in that locker space. It feels almost like we're starting over. But, of course, with Dame and some of those guys, they're not. But the Bucks really are, what's interesting, too, is Giannis Antetokounmpo the other night said everybody's filling out their roles well. That is something very unique and new with the Bucks, with all these new faces, a lot of young, new energy, athletic talent, even guys like Jericho Sims, who wasn't supposed to play a lot. When Giannis thinks people are filling out their roles, that's interesting. Basketball is still a game of role playing.
Lori Nickel, 2-time Sports Writer of the Year for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, friend of the program. Thank you, Lori. Bucks go for 5 in a row tonight in Houston.
Awesome. Take care, guys. Whatever.
I don't think Kyle came into Milwaukee with the reputation of being a defense. Kuz. Being a defensive stopper.
That's his first name, Kyle?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
What we've found is that when you have workers who feel valued, you get better results. This is why good people and good culture should matter to anyone looking for an exterior remodeling company they can trust. It's going to be your experience and the end result that gives you peace of mind, because you'll know your work was done by people who care. We realized early on that if we were going to change the reputation of this industry for the better, that finding good workers that you could trust to do great work was going to be the key. We're attracting good people every day because we take care of our people. We want to make sure they feel important, because they are. And we're going to make sure you feel important and valued too, with excellent customer service and high quality work. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
As clutch of a player to ever play basketball.
It's Dame time on Season 4 of Behind the Bucks on Bucks Plus.
This year, I was like, I need to impose myself more on this team.
Explore Damian Lillard's journey to becoming a top 75 player in NBA history.
That's what really had me feeling like this is going to be great.
Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and H&R Benefits Consultant. Find Bucks Plus on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned, it's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. February 25th, our top story. Police shot and killed a man in Fond du Lac.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Confusion at the VA.
I'm Debbie Lazigo. We do still have this accident, 894 eastbound at 27th Street off on the left shoulder. Careful with that. We got delays coming in from before Fond du Lac Avenue all the way to that point. We've also got some backups on eastbound 94 from Barker Road to Calhoun. For out of the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's going to be slow from 27th Street all the way to the Stadium interchange itself. Just heads up, there may be some black ice out there because of the rain that came down overnight, and the temperatures are right around the freezing mark, so it could be a little bit dangerous, so keep your eyes open. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 47 degrees today, and your storm team forecast will stay partly cloudy with increasing clouds tonight and a low of 33. Right now, Milwaukee at 38. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, police shot and killed a suspect Monday evening in the town of Fond du Lac.
Sheriff's deputies say they made contact with the suspect over the phone initially regarding a felony warrant, then responded to the Woodland Park mobile home community. There, they say the suspect refused to listen to their commands, and after non-lethal force was used, the suspect showed a gun. A deputy then shot the suspect, who later died at a hospital. No officers or members of the public were injured. The deputy involved has been placed on administrative leave, and the State Department of Justice is currently investigating. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Update to a story we've been following closely here on WTMJ. 4 people are now in custody in connection to the death of a teenager in Milwaukee. Makai Neal was just 15 years old. He was found dead inside a stolen car that was on fire near 26th and Locust earlier this month. Now police say 4 people are in custody. All face charges. One of the men faced 5 felonies, including first-degree reckless homicide. Autopsy revealed that Neal was shot 8 times with a stolen gun inside that car before it was set on fire.
More confusion today for federal workers across the country after the Office of Personnel Management said each agency can decide how or if to respond to an email demanding information on the work they had performed. CBS correspondent Natalie Brand.
Employees who have already responded, they said really nothing would be done with that information, which again begs the question of why this exercise was initiated in the first place. But again, the bottom line here is it seems like the administration now giving deference to these agency heads, which a lot of legal experts, have said that is the way to go here.
Locally, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting employees at Zablocki VA Medical Center are being urged to comply with Musk's demand.
Hundreds gathering in an iconic square in Buenos Aires to pray for Pope Francis's health and recovery. It comes as the Vatican says the Pope had a night of good rest. The 88-year-old's health has improved slightly. CBS correspondent Jared Hill.
The 88-year-old pontiff, hospitalized over 10 days ago with double pneumonia, is said to be improving. The kidney issue discovered over the weekend, not a cause for concern, according to the Vatican.
He hasn't had any further respiratory crises. He has been able to reduce the amount of oxygen flow when he was using the nasal tubes.
Pope Francis was able to resume some work Monday while inside the hospital in Rome.
The Pope remains in critical condition.
A new deal to bring a Scheels store to the old Boston store location at Mayfair Mall includes a land swap, not a sale.
Wauwatosa is transferring Boston store to the owner of Mayfair. In return, the city gets land for future development, including apartments.
The apartment buildings are going to be built on the south end of the mall. There's an existing parking garage. It's underutilized right now. Half of that parking structure, no one ever parks in.
Wauwatosa Mayor Dennis McBride says you can also expect little plazas in green space.
It's going to look more like what the rest of Wauwatosa looks like. It's going to look like a city. And it's going to look a lot less like a bunch of asphalt surrounding a spaceship.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ WTMJ News.
Sale of the Slinger Super Speedway has been tentatively reached. It'll keep the track racing for now. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel says the current track owners say the buyers are local fans that transitioned into racing themselves. Their names have yet to be made public, but the owners who are selling the track say they expect no changes to the upcoming season.
Coming up, 1,000 artists, but no music. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
It's the biggest door in your house. Time to give it the attention it deserves. Vince Vitrano here talking about Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. Updating your garage door increases the value of your home. It's the first thing people see, and it's the best return for your money on investment. At Lifetime Door, if you have an emergency, they'll come out 7 days a week to service existing garage doors and openers. 5% off any service or install at Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. Get started now, 262-783-4004, lifetimedoor.net.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
Baseball's best catcher, at least we think so, is back behind the plate. We'll do sports at 7:15.
The NFL Draft, 2 months away, held in Titletown, and the city is preparing for roughly 300,000 visitors.
And that means an opportunity for the city to shine. Nick Meisner is the VP of Communications for Discover Green Bay.
We know that there's going to be a lot of people coming up, and it's our time to put Green Bay in the national spotlight and really the entire state of Wisconsin in the national spotlight.
The main portion of the event is expected to take place at Lambeau Field in Titletown.
It is a massive, absolutely massive stage that'll be built right in front of the Rush Expo on Oneida Street.
The draft is free to attend with registration through the NFL's OnePass app. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
So the 3-day event begins April 24th. However, you can expect some activity before that time.
More than 1,000 musicians have released a silent album today. They say it's in protest for a proposed change to UK copyright law, which they say would make it easier for AI companies to steal their work.
The proposed law would give AI developers free rein to harvest online content unless those who created it elect to opt out. Kate Bush and Annie Lennox among the artists releasing tracks of silent recording studios in protest. Organizer Ed Newton-Fox says the message is simple.
The British government must not legalize music theft.
But some British AI companies call the proposed rules stricter than those currently set by U.S. tech companies, which will make it harder for them to compete. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
I'm still confused as to this silent album. Like, what's on it?
Silence.
Could it just be like, like when the record player gets at the end of the thing and just that you like to fall asleep to? That would be better than silence.
Yeah, you're right. That has a little hint of nostalgia to it, too. So it would.
Except for they used AI to generate the sound. 7:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News. You know what I mean?
Hey, WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Oh, my God.
The Soties.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
No Corona. Maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
At 7:10, what do the roads look like, Debbie?
Well, we've got some slick spots out there. Now we've got a few accidents to deal with, too. Eastbound 894 at 27th Street. We know about that one. That's on the left shoulder. Delays coming into that area. Now we've got eastbound 94 at the ramp from 175 southbound. That's that kind of flyover that connects into 94 eastbound. So they may have to close off some lanes through there. And then we've also got one on the ramp from eastbound 94 to northbound 41 in the zoo interchange. That one has the 2 right lanes blocked. Now, they have come out with a statement saying that there is black ice out there, slippery conditions because that rain that came down overnight, and the temperatures are kind of in the weird area. So just be extra careful. Watch for the slow spots, especially on some of those dips where that might be still in shade and stuff like that because the sun is coming out. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. More sunshine for today. High temperatures in the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. We'll see another system head towards us tonight into Wednesday. That'll bring cloudy skies, a chance for a couple rain showers with temperatures in the 40s. We could see a small chance for an isolated rain or snow shower on Thursday with cloudy skies and highs in the lower 40s. And then as we get towards Friday, we'll look at high temperatures back towards the 50s. Breezy winds out of the south and partly cloudy skies. Saturday, we'll see temperatures drop a bit as we head into the weekend with temperatures in the 30s and partly cloudy skies. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee's temp, 37 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstad.
Cybersecurity, obviously an issue, right? We hear so many times about a different company that's been hacked, that has had a breach. We hear so much about what companies are doing to prevent that, whether it's training or even insurance. A little bit more detail now from Palo Alto Networks. The 2025 Global Incident Response Report is out. So it says 500 cybersecurity incidents that impacted large organizations last year. So about 500 that were pretty considered major incidents. And he says the majority of them, Sam Rubin, phishing.
86% of incidents that we responded to last year resulted in companies or operations being shut down, reputational damage, or some combination of both.
Right. And Sam Rubin with Palo Alto says that it's phishing is the issue.
Whether it's ransomware, whether it's North Koreans, whether it's other types of disruptive attacks, far and away the most common motive for why is to get paid.
Well, of course, right? It's about getting money. So they found
phishing, the email you find in your inbox, it says, hey, I need you to do this. You click here, and then all of a sudden all this stuff ends up on your computer.
Super effective. Yeah. Super effective. It's so much easier to get in that way than like to, be Benji from Mission Impossible and actually break into the satellite that breaks into the
You don't have to hack into anything.
Right, no.
You don't have to hack into anything.
You
have
to find
hack
one
into the human brain.
You just need one. So Sam Rubin, again with Palo Alto Network, says best advice really is
take steps ahead of time to make sure that your organization has the systems in place that are going to be resilient and enable you to detect and to respond quickly.
I have to admit, when I heard that the report cataloged 500 incidents, that those are the biggest ones that cause issue to pretty large companies, I would have guessed more.
That sounded like a small number to me as well.
No, you could argue that not every company is ginormous. Racine Unified just had an issue not that long ago, so that's probably not making the list that they have. So it's happening more often. But yeah, some really big ones, and every one of them causing some kind of problem for these businesses.
I would suggest, too, what companies ought to do is spend at least as much time worrying about what are we going to do when this happens. like an equal amount of time between that and prevention, because this is happening.
Right, yep.
And all of the systems that you have in place, all of this stuff, things still get through. So spend at least some amount of time worrying about what you do when this happens. Not saying you shouldn't work on prevention. That's best case scenario, but it's going to happen. 7:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Abby Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Just met another chiropractic patient who had quit going to the chiropractor because he didn't like the twisting, the cracking, and the popping. Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic, where I told my buddy, hey, if you need chiro and that's a problem for you, I have exactly the place for you. The docs at Connect Chiro use a special tool. It's called the Integrator. It allows them to focus on precise points along your spine and delivers targeted results. It's pain-free, stress-free, without whipping your neck around. Exactly what my buddy and his wife were looking for. And I had him talking to Kimberly over there at Connect Chiro the other day. Good people at Connect Chiropractic. They were already talking about his first appointment. Find out for yourself. Visit them in Delafield and Wauwatosa, coming soon to Oak Creek, or get started now at Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. This week's home improvement experts are senior real estate specialists Bruce and Jean Nemovitz from Bruce's team.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
One of Brewers fans' favorite players is back, and he's got some lofty goals this season.
The best catcher in baseball made his return to Cactus League play on Monday. William Contreras had his first start. His manager, Pat Murphy, appreciated having Wild Bill back behind the plate.
It's great to see William playing this early and getting some at-bats, but called a good game, was into it, appreciated that. No, he's special. His commitment to being great is high.
Contreras finished 5th in MVP voting last season, and he's already hinted at the fact that he wants to keep the same goals as last year, earn another All-Star bid, maybe be a Gold Glove nominee, and another top 5 finish in MVP. From American Family Fields of Phoenix, I'm Dominic Cotroneo.
Wild Bill went 1 for 3 with a single, and the Brewers lost to the Mariners on Monday, 12-8.
Point of order. I've never heard him called Wild Bill.
Me neither.
Good. I thought it was me. I'm like, pretty big Brewers fan. I had not heard that before.
A lot of excitement over
it.
17-year-old phenom Jesus Maid. He did not play. He was in uniform yesterday. There's thought that maybe he'd get in late in the game.
You told me yesterday, like, the 17-year-old might play today.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Murph was talking like he might get him in, and he wasn't able to, but hopefully there's still time for that. 17 years old. Brewers play the Guardians today. As for the Bucks, they're back to work in Houston tonight, taking on the Rockets. New look team, of course, with Kevin Porter Jr., Kyle Kuzma, and others. Giannis basically saying, hey, the fact that he's on limited minutes, the fact that Bobby's gone actually is going to help these guys start to gel a little bit more and figure things out. He also, of course, has nicknames for everybody. Listen to what he said when he was asked about Kyle Kuzma.
I don't think Kyle came into Milwaukee with the reputation of being a defense. Kuz. Being a defensive stopper.
That's his first name, Kyle?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That was Kyle.
Bucks and Rockets tonight, 7 o'clock tip. Our coverage starts at 6 right here on WTMJ Radio.
I love this. Milwaukee Admirals are going to have some fun with a classic Saturday Night Live sketch this week.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Christopher Walken, of course, Will Ferrell, Jimmy Fallon was a part of that. The cowbell sketch, also a part of it.
Babies, before we're done here, y'all be wearing gold-plated diapers.
What does that mean?
Never question Bruce Dickinson.
What does that mean? Chris Kattan had like 2 lines in the sketch. But that's who the ads could get for the special night tonight.
Awesome.
As they change their name and their uniforms to the Cowbells. They will also be the Cowbells when they take to the ice Friday at UWM Panther Arena. Puck drops at 7 o'clock.
I gotta have more cowbell.
The Friars at the Golden Eagles tonight. Marquette hosting Providence. Nice early start at Fiserv Forum, 6 p.m. tip. Owner Tony Smith on the call, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
And Huskies and Badgers, whatever a husky is. Now, you said it's not a wolf. It's just a kind of dog. But it has wolf-like qualities.
Well, it kind of looks Like a wolf.
I still like a Badger in that fight, nonetheless. You got Washington at Wisconsin tonight in men's hoops, 8 p.m. tip at the Kohl Center. Badger sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Coming up, should I wash the car today? Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky joins us next.
Whatever you want to call this season, we're over it. Time to look forward to
fly ball, right field. It is deep. It is gone.
spring training is finally here and back on the radio.
Swing and fly ball, right center field. It is up. It is gone.
Make sure to catch our next spring training broadcast as the Brewers take on the Dodgers Wednesday at 2. No matter the season, we are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Another 5-star review for the Bugman and Queen Bee. Vince Vitrano here. They're our family's choice for pest defense. And we had gone with some of the big names you recognized before. Really wanted to go local, and for exactly these reasons. Listen to what Tara wrote about this local family, veteran-owned and operated company. They took time to explain their services. They didn't try to charge us more than we needed, unlike some of their competition. Transparency in regards to service and pricing, and they offer a guarantee to return if required. So maybe the Bugman himself comes out. That's Adam over there. Maybe his brother Matt. He works there too. They're based in West Allis. Just want to help you with whatever you got going. Bugs, critters. These are good people. Take 20% off the cost of your first service when you tell them Vinny sent you. The best in local pest defense. Bugman, queenbee.com.
Hurry into Menards and save big money on your bathroom refresh. Max has a great selection of showers, tubs, and surrounds. Max's U-Towel shower kits combine luxury with practicality. They have a sleek design and make installation simple. Save big money on Max showers. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
At 7:22, what's happening on the roads, Deb?
Well, we got some slick stuff and problems in the zoo. The ramp from eastbound 94 to northbound 41 is closed because of this crash, so careful with that. We've also got a crash at on the ramp from 175 southbound to eastbound 94 in the Stadium interchange. That one is at least off on the left shoulder. We've also got one on the left shoulder on eastbound 894 at 27th Street. So all these areas obviously are going to be backed up. We've got backups 94 eastbound from Highway 16 all the way to Calhoun, back on the brakes from the county line through the zoo interchange all the way to about 35th Street. So watch out for those slick spots out there. There may still be some. As the sun comes up, hopefully it'll warm up and it'll start to melt some of that stuff, but still going to be kind of icky. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
7:23, Wisconsin's morning news on our way to a high of 47 degrees today under partly cloudy skies. Right now at 38 in Milwaukee as we're bringing Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. Liz, one of my favorite things you do is you always do the car wash forecast. I saw you out over the weekend recommending a Friday, Saturday, Sunday maybe could have been okay, but now we're into this sort of misty. I had something going on this morning on my way in.
Yeah, we're getting clipped with about, 3 or 4 different clippers this week that were just like right on the fringe of this stuff. So tonight we'll get a little bit more of a significant, I use it lightly term, but a little bit more substantial rainfall event, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow north, but not expecting any accumulation. But yeah, just enough chances that if you do get your car washed, if you have it parked outside, there's a good chance it gets rained on here this week.
And it's causing a little bit of slipperiness even on the roadways this morning, we've been hearing from Debbie.
Yeah, temperatures just borderline enough. And even though we've had some recent, obviously yesterday was warm. Prior to that, we had obviously a really good cold stretch too. So ground temperature is still very cold, that even if you're sitting just above freezing, there's a chance that some of this precipitation could get a little bit slippery on the roadways. So yeah, not our perfect thaw out. You know, you'd love it to be like 45, 50 and sun and not anything to worry about. But hey, it sure does feel nice.
So I was thinking of the absurdity of this swing. It was a week ago, right, when it was 7 below for the air temperature?
Yeah, and feels like temperatures, wind chills at like minus 30. So yes, I mean, you're looking at a feels like difference of about 80 degrees. So however you put it, yeah, however you put that, I mean, imagine what, let's just say 40 to 120. You know what I mean? Like that's the same distance.
Or even if you just go air temperature alone, like add 40 to where we're at now, nearly 40. That's the difference between wearing a coat and being at the beach and kind of being a little hot.
100%. Yeah.
That's too hot.
Absolutely. It's a big swing. I think some people were ready for it. Others were, excited to actually have some typical winter weather around here. Maybe not quite that cold, but the downside of it, like winter sports activities like skiing and snowmobiling and stuff had like one really, really, really good week, and then that seems to be it.
But by no means are we out of the back and forth, right, Niz? I mean, we've seen this movie before. Like, it's not we're golfing in a week and a half.
No, this isn't going to be – and I'm not seeing that on models or anything either that, like, this is permanent. However, I will say we are getting to the time of year that, your averages are already going up. And, pretty soon, the colder dips will be, highs in the 20s and 30s versus, highs in the single digits. So we're getting out of this.
We're tapping maple trees already.
That's it.
Yeah, Tyler's out at, I don't know if he's at Ware Nature Center or if he's, but he's at one of the nature centers where they're talking maple syrup already today.
Nice. Well, I'm happy they proactively planned something. I just got back from Miami last night, so.
Wow, talk about a temperature swing.
I'm in total recovery mode right now. Actually, technically Fort Lauderdale. I had a boys' weekend down there. We went to go see Messi play for the Miami soccer team, and then we golfed, and it was fun.
So you're in recovery mode in more ways than just the weather.
100%. Yeah, I got in last night.
That's good.
So moving a little slow. It's good though. This gets my day going.
Yeah, good thing you're not on the morning show anymore. You can just ramp it up.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, appreciate you still being up early with us today, Niz. Thanks much.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Enjoy the warm weather. It's just we're going to get clipped with one of these little rain events tonight, and then maybe more later this week.
See, that's why you need one of those, all-you-can-wash car washes. I got one of those for, I don't know if it was Christmas. The kids got me that, 3 months of as many times as you want to go through the car wash.
Like they gave you a coupon?
Yeah. Well, you bought the membership or whatever.
Oh,
3
I
months,
thought like Max was doing it for you. I'm like, oh, wow.
Ain't no car wash, I promise you that. No, there were times where I went through like a couple times a day.
Hey,
you
why
can't
not?
say no. It's like Kramer with the cafe lattes. Yeah, you can. It says right here I can have as many cafe lattes as I want. Wash it again. News about your money this morning, WTMJ. Annex Wealth Management market update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 33 points to 43,461. The NASDAQ tumbled nearly 1.25% to 19,287. And the S&P 500 off 0.5% to 5983. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Feeling the winter chill even inside your house? WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. Let me help you with that. We're talking today with Jeff Baer. He is owner of USA Insulation. USA to the rescue, Jeff. First things first, how often do you find working with existing homeowners that their homes are not properly insulated?
All the time, Vince. People just don't realize it. They finally look in their attic. They see they're running short there. And then we educate them on they might have some needs in their walls.
Now, do you find sometimes one area of the house needs a little more insulation, but another area is good?
On some occasions, absolutely.
But others not so much, right?
Correct. When we go out to your home, if we see that your insulation looks great, we're going to let you know that, and we're going to focus on the areas that you might have needs.
We're talking with Jeff Baer of USA Insulation of Milwaukee. All right, so what I think is so interesting about your company, Jeff, is you do it different. You get right into the walls of any exterior surface. Tell us about your innovative, highly effective injection foam insulation.
Sure, Vince. When we go out to a home, whether it's vinyl or aluminum sided or other surfaces, our goal is to remove that one piece of that siding all the way around the house, drill holes into the outer sheathing to gain access into the stud cavity. We then insert our foaming hose down, foam it from the bottom up, insert it up, foam from the top down. When we're done, we put a plug in place, and we replicate that as we go around the house. Once we're done, we clean up that side and put the siding back on. It's as if we were never there.
Now, is this the kind of thing that takes a couple of weeks to get done?
Absolutely not. Most homes we can generally get done in one day.
How about cost for homeowners?
Cost? Generally, on a 1,200 square foot ranch, you're looking at a price around $7,500.
But there are all these rebates, right, and discounts for qualified homeowners?
Absolutely. We've seen people get anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 in rebates, just depending on what they qualify for.
Well, and then you start with the energy savings right away.
Absolutely.
I feel warmer already, Jeff. Thank you. USA Insulation. USAinsulation.net.
Well, it looks like we got a problem in the zoo interchange. The ramp from eastbound 94 to northbound 41 is closed right now because of a crash. Another crash at the end of the ramp from 175 southbound to eastbound 94, and then one more right on 894 eastbound at 27th Street. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast on the way to a high of 47 degrees today. Right now, 38 in Milwaukee.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston, Pope Francis still hospitalized, but he has met with the Vatican Secretary of State on future canonization ceremonies for potential saints. ABC's Marcus Moore has the latest from Rome.
Vatican sources also tell ABC News that Pope Francis remains in good humor and that he's not in pain. The faithful are expected to gather for him again for a special prayer service tonight here at the Vatican.
The Pope has been diagnosed with double pneumonia. More federal workers being let go in Washington. The Trump administration pushing forward with the cuts. The Department of Veterans Affairs forced to lay off 1,400 probationary employees overnight. There's also confusion about whether or not government workers should be responding to the email that came from Elon Musk's Doge asking them to send a list of their job duties or risk being fired. Acting IRS Commissioner Doug O'Donnell will announce that he is stepping down as soon as this week, according to sources. He's said to be distressed about the chaos. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, police shot and killed a suspect Monday in Fond du Lac. Deputies responding to Woodland Park mobile home community said a person had a felony warrant. Authorities say the suspect refused to listen to commands and even after non-lethal force was used, then showed a gun. That's when officers fired. The officer involved is on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation.
An update to a story we've been telling you about here on WTMJ. 4 people now in custody in connection to the death of a teenager. Mekhi Neal was 15 years old. A football player is found dead inside a stolen car earlier this month near 26 and Locust. That vehicle was on fire. Now 4 people are in custody facing a host of charges. According to the autopsy, Neal was shot 8 times with a stolen gun inside the car before it was set on fire.
A Whitefish Bay Elementary School associate principal now facing homicide charges. The associate principal at Cumberland Elementary, Rebecca Salomon, is charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. It comes from a crash back in December in the town of West Bend. Police say Salomon failed to yield at an intersection and crashed into another car. The driver of the other vehicle seriously injured and died a few days later.
Jo-Ann Fabrics now set to close all stores in Wisconsin. The craft store chain originally announced that it would shutter 16 locations in the state and 500 across the country after declaring bankruptcy in January. Now, Jo-Ann says all company assets were sold to GA Group on Sunday. Stores began going out of business sales on February 15th.
Sale of the Slinger Super Speedway has been tentatively reached, an agreement that will keep racing at the track. Current track owners Todd and Elizabeth Thielen say the buyers are local fans that transitioned into racing themselves. The names of the prospective new owners have not yet been made public. The Thielens say they expect no changes to the upcoming season of racing at the track.
New details about the Shields that's coming to Mayfair Mall.
Securing Shields at Mayfair is significant on its own. But Wauwatosa Mayor Dennis McBride tells Wisconsin's Midday News it also means keeping some big names at the mall.
Nordstrom had an agreement. There needed to be 2 other anchors, so this is important to keep Nordstrom. Macy's wanted to make sure there was another anchor at the other end of the mall.
The sporting goods retailer already has a presence in Wisconsin with stores in Appleton and Eau Claire, but sees total Tulsa is a big opportunity.
Shields has been nibbling at Mayfair probably for the entire time since this vacancy came up in 2018.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Traffic sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
Coming up, where to watch Best Picture.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Looking to escape the winter chill? Fox World Travel has you covered. Whether it's an all-inclusive vacation with Apple Vacations, a luxurious Princess Cruise, or a European adventure with Globus and Avalon, we create unforgettable experiences just for you. Enjoy last-minute deals, exclusive offers, and personalized itineraries. From booking to boarding, we handle all the details for a stress-free trip. Ready to get out of the cold? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention code RADIO to start planning your getaway today.
Finding the special healthcare resources families need just got easier. Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network helps kids with delays, disabilities, special healthcare needs, and mental health conditions. Call toll-free 877-947-2929. Ask questions. Get answers. Connect today toll-free 877-947-2929. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Coming up in sports, yes, sports, I got to have more cowbell.
All right, so the Oscars are Sunday. Best Picture nominees are scattered across several different streaming services. If you, Vince, are like my mother and want to see all of the movies before they announce the winner.
I tried to look up Conclave the other day. Where can I watch that free?
Well, I'll tell you here in 2 seconds.
The sci-fi epic Dune Part 2 is available to watch on Hulu, Max, and Netflix. Netflix is also the home to the musical Emilia Perez. Speaking of musicals, Wicked will appear on Peacock a few weeks after the Oscars ceremony. Conclave is available to watch on that platform right now. The Substance is streaming on Mubi, and everything else, The Brutalist, I'm Still Here, A Complete Unknown, and Anora are rentable on Apple TV or Amazon Prime. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
So really,
Thanks, Mike. Where am I watching Conclave?
On Peacock.
Peacock?
Yeah. Or if you're flying American Airlines, because that's where I watched it, on the plane.
Oh, yeah. When these, here are the movies available to you. Right?
Yeah. It's a good movie. Actually, I'm rooting for it. It was good.
I read the book. It's good.
Yeah. I wonder if it's the same or if they take liberties. Sometimes they take liberties with the movies.
I will watch and let you know.
All right.
Well, the whole streaming universe is so messed up. And sorry, sounding old, but like, it used to just be on HBO.
But not all of them.
Right, no, but so
Yeah.
so I'm looking for this, and then some of them have it, and it's like rent for $5.99. I'm like, but wait, can I get it for $0 on one of these?
Even that doesn't really bother me though, because usually like between Prime and some of the deals we have and different points we get, like I'll rent a movie for 30 cents. Like it's cheap or free almost sometimes.
Where are you renting a movie for 30 cents?
Prime.
For 30 cents?
Where?
On Prime.
Oh.
Depending on if you have gift cards
what
or
movies
if
are
you
you
have
renting over there?
points because of the money you're spending. Like,
I see. So you could. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not
after applying
renting the
some sort
movie
of a
for
gift.
it's.
I
Yes.
thought that the list price was 30 cents. I'm like, that seems like an odd number.
Conan O'Brien's your host.
Oh, by the way, back to the Oscars then.
On Sunday.
With the hair and ribbon and legs in tights. Hooray.
This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Steinhoffel's President's Day mattress sale is the best time to save big on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable base sets, plus get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $50 per month. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic? The President's Day mattress sale, only at Steinhoffel's and steinhoffels.com.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. What an amazing deal offered right now and a major investment in your home. It's 6 years. You can take up to 6 years to pay off a huge home project with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at 0% interest on your financing. And with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you already know you're getting stunning windows and doors. You also get the Pella experience. We've talked about this. We've done a couple of projects in our home with Pella. It's the sit down at the kitchen table. It's the step-by-step process where you're dealing with the same person all the way through. Quality control here. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. 10-year labor warranty always included, so your windows and doors are set for years to come. You've got expert installers who can do the work year-round and often do it in as little as a day. And if something ever goes wrong, who do I call? Do I call the person who made the window, who installed the window? Do I call the... You call Pella. It's the same group the entire time. You're working with the same team start to finish. No reason to wait. The Pella experience and this incredible deal, 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Certain restrictions do apply. The deal ends March 8th. So set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
At 7:41, we got any of that road sweat going on, Debbie, that's freezing back over?
Yeah, that's what we got. We've got stuff that's kind of slippery. We've got, first of all, mainly we've got eastbound 94 to northbound 41 in the zoo. That ramp is closed right now because of a crash. A little bit further on, eastbound 94 at the ramp from 175 southbound, got the left shoulder blocked with a crash there. Now for the delays. Southbound 41 heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. A little bit more around the North Avenue curve. And, of course, we've got more delays southbound 43 from Silver Spring all the way down past Locust. Eastbound 94 backed up out of the Highway 16 area all the way to about Springdale Road. Again, past Barker Road, and then from the county line all the way to 35th Street. On the westbound side, slowing out of the Marquette all the way to the Stadium interchange as well. Slick conditions pretty much everywhere. Just be careful. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. More sunshine for today. High temperatures in the mid to upper 40s this afternoon. We'll see another system head towards us tonight into Wednesday. That'll bring cloudy skies, a chance for a couple rain showers with temperatures in the 40s. We could see a small chance for an isolated rain or snow shower on Thursday with cloudy skies and highs in the lower 40s. And then as we get towards Friday, we'll look at high temperatures back towards the 50s. Breezy winds out of the south and partly cloudy skies. Saturday, we'll see temperatures drop a bit as we head into the weekend with temperatures in the 30s and partly cloudy skies. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now at 38 in Milwaukee. I feel like I owe you guys an apology a bit.
For what?
Greg Pancake Hill, yes, producer of the program, you too. I've been a little bit, I would send you a lot of stuff from the Instagram.
It's true. You like to send a good picture or video.
Right. Do you do
That's
that?
okay.
Like a lot of folks do that, right?
Yeah.
You stumble on something in your social media feed and you know who would like this? My daughter.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
My wife would like this.
Yes.
And we, on occasion, will exchange the reels or whatever, something that makes us laugh. I hit a sweet spot in my algorithm the other day that just hit after hit after hit.
Is that why you send them all in a row?
But when I sent at least 3 to you guys. I don't even remember.
So,
do you remember any of them?
Yeah, one was about local news.
Yes, okay, that was funny.
Yeah.
One was the kid who dropped an F-bomb on a local news reporter in a live interview.
That was funny.
Like a grade schooler. He's like, "Oh yeah," and then I was like, "Oh, good, there's a fire."
Yeah, and then they kept going.
Yeah, it was hot, but you know how that works, right? We've talked about this on the social media. Like they have this algorithm that the more things that you click on, the more it learns about you. It's one of the reasons they're so concerned about TikTok and who's mining that information.
Because all of a sudden you've been on there for an hour, still going.
And if you like something or you click on something, it takes that data and says, all right, this is what Eric likes, so I'm going to give Eric more of what he likes.
Yeah.
Somehow I hit a sweet spot in that thing, and it just kept coming. Banger after banger.
Yeah, everyone was good.
And so you were the beneficiary of that. I filtered the stuff so you see the hits.
I appreciate that.
Actually, never mind apology. You're welcome. 7:44, sports is next.
When it comes to simple, affordable home improvements, at Less's Glass, you'll find an array of options. Like for bath remodeling, adding a new glass shower door, embeveling the edges of your mirrors, or simply having us install new mirrors to any living space in your home can add a touch of elegance and depth that can really turn a room's frown upside down. Or maybe you're thinking new cabinet doors. Before you write that check, find out how we can make your ordinary cabinet doors beautiful with a variety of glass insert options that can be easily installed into your existing wood cabinets and make a world of difference. And before you pay for new windows, call us to see if our affordable insulated glass replacement services can't save you a few bucks. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Bucks and Rockets tonight from Houston. We have tip-off at 7 o'clock. Our coverage starts at 6 right here on WDTMJ Radio. Our next Brewers broadcast is tomorrow, and a Brewers fan favorite could be in the lineup. He's back.
His time was short with the Brewers in 2023, but he quickly became a fan favorite.
First offering to him, and a drive out to left. This is high, deep, gone! Mark Canha!
Lane Grindle's call of Mark Canha's grand slam. He was a trade deadline acquisition for the Crew as they ultimately won the division. Now, Canha returns on a minor league deal. Pat Murphy explains.
Experience, for sure. Just a baseball player, I think, would be a great example for these young kids.
The first baseman / DH joins the team on Tuesday. From American Family Fields of Phoenix, I'm Dominic Cotroneo.
Brewers fell to the Mariners 12-8 on Monday. They play the Guardians today. 17-year-old phenom Jesus Maid was not in the lineup. He did not play. He dressed yesterday, but he did not play.
Get him in there today.
Hope so.
College hoops, Providence at Marquette tonight, 6 p.m. tip at Fiserv Forum. Badgers host Washington. That's at the Kohl Center in Madison. 8 o'clock start. Badgers Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more.
Speaking of college basketball, you see this? It's making the rounds on social media. Southwestern Athletic Conference. Two pretty bad teams playing. Prairie View A&M versus Mississippi Valley. And the PA guy for Prairie View, a little over the top. If you listen to this TV broadcast, listen in the background here.
Bush, he'll stop and spot for the three-point shot. Looks good, yeah.
Bush shooting at 50%.
Yeah, that's going on in the background. The whole game, someone from Mississippi Valley actually cut up all the highlights just so you could hear how often he does it.
Step back right in front of the three-point line and bury it. 4-3, the Panthers up one.
It's 4-3.
Tanaj Petley hits a prayer and hits a three-pointer.
Whole game.
Do you think they have? You got to have a separate guy on sound effects. If you got PA guy and then you just hit your guy next to you. Yeah, give him the lasers
well,
again.
What's funny is if you watch it in the background, there's not that many people even at the game. I see a lot of seats.
You know what to do. Defense.
All right.
That's not real. What you just put. That was
no,
really
that one was in
You
there too.
know what to do.
You know what to do. Defense.
Sounds like a Disney movie. On the ice, the Milwaukee Admirals this week become the Milwaukee Cowbells.
Fellas, it was sounding great, but I could have used a little more cowbell.
Friday night, the first 6,000 fans will get a cowbell, and the Admirals will attempt to set a world record for most cowbells rung simultaneously. Based on where the previous record is and the numbers they draw for the ads, they should be able to do it. Tonight...
Don't blow this forest
course, Gene. Quit being so selfish, Gene.
Chris Kattan is in town. He'll be signing autographs. Admirals in special Cowbells jerseys. This all paying tribute to the epic Saturday Night Live sketch featuring Christopher Walken, Will Ferrell as well. So the Admirals are the Cowbells tonight and Friday. And for both nights, the puck drops at 7 o'clock.
I gotta have more cowbells.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at Right Choice Tax Resolution. The IRS has you in their crosshairs. We are local and know how to deal with the IRS and state to solve your situation. Just the other week, we successfully removed the target on Nick to get $194,358 of taxes and penalties removed. This is why John Neal started Right Choice Tax Resolution, to help people fight the IRS and state. You don't know the ins and outs of all the taxes they can charge you or the more than 150 penalties they can impose on you. Make the right choice and call us at 844-222-1192. We want to help so your bank account doesn't get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security garnished, or a lien put on your house. Get rid of that stress and get back to enjoying life. Call us at 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us right now to book a meeting. We understand how stressful this can be. The situation won't go away if you do nothing. That's 844-222-1192 or rightchoicetax.us.
So we moved this, we changed that. So actually, what if we tried this thing here? Vince Vitrano for Inspired Closets Milwaukee, describing the process here that we're in right now with my friends Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets. And this is why you go with a local wife-husband team and not some internet closet company. Katie and Dan came to our home, and they started by listening to my wife and to me about what we needed from our front closet, what we wanted it to do for us. Next step. Measurements, pictures, 3D software goes to work. It's all happening right at the kitchen table. Katie and Dan followed up with several options, plans 1, 2, and 3. And my wife and I met with them again, this time at the showroom out in Waukesha, to tweak things even further. It's about this collaborative process. You want it done right, cut the clutter, calm the chaos, and improve the look and function of your home. Tell them Vinny sent you. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Sunshine on the roads, Deb, that's got to be helping a little bit.
I'm hoping that things are starting to warm up a little bit, but the temperatures are still kind of in that weird area where it could be a little bit slippery out there. We've got a bunch of accidents to deal with it. Eastbound 94, the ramp to northbound 41 in the Zoo interchange is closed right now because of a crash. So that is causing some big delays stretching back into Waukesha County. Back that up even more, we've got more delays from Highway 16 to Highway F. And then coming out of the Barker Road area towards Calhoun. And then more delays then from the Zoo interchange all the way to about 35th Street. On the on the westbound side of 94, we've got delays coming out of the Marquette all the way to Hawley Road. Oh, by the way, there's also an eastbound accident at Highway 175 in the Stadium interchange as well. Southbound 43 slowing from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down to Locust. The northbound side slowing around the North Avenue curve up past Locust up towards Center Street. Northbound on 4394, got a broken down vehicle coming out of the right into the Plainfield curve. Delays continue past that all the way up to Oklahoma Avenue. And then another broken down vehicle eastbound 894 right into the Mitchell interchange. And then we've got a crash southbound 94 coming out of the Mitchell interchange right about at Layton Avenue. The right shoulder is blocked with that. So it gives you an idea. We got lots of stuff going on right now. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Forecast for today brought to you by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Partly cloudy, high 47. Low temperatures stay above freezing tonight under increasing clouds. Scattered showers possible on Wednesday. Maybe a few wet snowflakes mixed in with a high of 45. Right now at 37 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
I don't know how if somebody leaves a lunch pail out and you leave it in a common area, is that considered fair game?
Innovative.
If there's like 15 granola bars,
yeah,
I would think that they're fair game.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
But if there is a Caesar salad half eaten, I'm not 100% sure. What are you, grabbing forks and everybody's just...
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors Brewers of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Our Tausch around Wisconsin's morning news, sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
All right, Tausch, so the tush push is in the news.
Oh, the tush push.
What's the tush push? Well, you may see it when you watch the Eagles play. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are big fans of the tush push. Basically, this is when you're, second and short, third and short, fourth and short. We got less than a yard to go, basically, and the quarterback keeps the ball, and they kind of like push him over the line. And the Eagles are really good at the tush push. So the initial headline on Monday was an unidentified team has submitted a rule proposal to ban the tush push. Well, it turns out, according to Tom Pelissero from NFL Network, that the tush push haters are your Green Bay Packers. What do you think?
Yeah. So, question for you guys before I answer. Do you find that play entertaining?
I was just telling Eric this morning, I'm behind it because I kind of don't. I don't know what the stats are on it, Tausch, but it feels like it's more
87% success rate.
I don't want to get to a fourth and short and be like, well, they're obviously going to get it. I want there to be intrigue.
Yep.
I want them to be like, wow, they're going for it. And I feel like it's sort of ruined that.
Yeah. So I think the Packers are obviously taking a lot of heat. I saw this on Twitter after that story leaked. And the NFL, what they've done is they want to entertain. And offense rules the day. That has been abundantly clear for years. That's what sells fantasy football. But a couple of things. This play had been banned. It was not I remember, and again, it's crazy how long ago, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush at Notre Dame. They pushed him in. It was illegal. They didn't call it. And we haven't seen it really get called. Now, Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts, he squats a truck. He's got a good O-line. They got guys pushing. I understand it. It's a successful play. But the NFL wants to continue to look at entertaining. And a couple of things. The extra point. You remember it was a foregone conclusion. That was 90-some% success rate. Well, that's not good enough. We don't want plays that are foregone conclusions was the thing. So they move it back, and it completely messed with kickers' heads. And I think most of us are like, yeah, it's more entertaining. Now, with Green Bay, especially with Narvi and Anders Carlson kicking, it was too entertaining, right? It was like, oh, boy, every time.
Very
now, with McManus, it was pretty much dead set. He's going to make it. And then the other play was, and this I learned, this was kind of my welcome to the NFL moment. Defensive linemen used to line up on field goal. I would be on field goal protection, and they would find guys, and Sam Adams and Ted Washington, who were both about 400 pounds, would line up right on me, and they would shove the guy in, and it would blow you up. And the NFL said, no, we're not doing that anymore. It literally is the exact same thing that they're doing on this tush push. So I get it, and for all the people out there saying, well, just stop it, or don't get it here, don't let it get to fourth and inches. Yeah, that's cute. But I think the NFL, if they want to entertain it, I think they should look at this from a player safety standpoint. But more importantly, entertainment value, I don't think, and we saw it in the playoffs, the AFC Championship game, Buffalo ran it like 15 times. Yeah. Philadelphia runs it. It isn't entertaining, and if the fans are saying no, I think we try and get away from it. Still quarterback sneak, still try it. But the whole tush-push idea, I think I would be fine with them getting rid of it.
You know what? I agree with you there, but I wouldn't want them to eliminate the other pushing because sometimes the running back will get stacked up after running 5 yards, and then there's like a quick scrum, and then there's like the offense will come in.
He's still on his feet.
And they'll push him another 6 yards, and oh, my God, he got in the end zone. Like that I still want.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Eric, go watch rugby. If you love that, go watch, what is that called? New Zealand's got that team. What's that big rugby competition? I listen, as an old lineman, that was our favorite stuff. You'd see it, and there'd be no whistle, and everybody, because then you really feel like you're moving people because it's getting going. But, I mean, if that is what you're super entertained by, great. The rugby sevens or whatever that's called, Billstead is all in. Start getting your rugby jerseys and go to work because you're all, I mean, it sounds like that's what you're most excited about.
You're calling that a 1st and 10 now. That's all it is.
Do the push.
Just a scrum.
Scrum push.
The scrummage. Scrummage.
Yes, scrummage.
Thanks, Tausch. 7:58
See ya.
on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for QC Kinetics. You know, I get a lot of questions about QC Kinetics treatments, people asking if they should consider it for their own joint pain. Well, here's how you know. If you answer yes to any of these questions. Is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees or hips or shoulders or other joints, trouble sleeping or walking? Do you want to avoid surgery, a long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing the things you love because joint pain is holding you back? If you answered yes to any of these questions, don't wait. Call now. Call QC Kinetics and ask for your free consultation and learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can help you get lasting relief. No drugs, no surgery, no downtime. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Much like a satellite that's out of orbit.
I mean, we could put a man on the moon, but we're still basically very stupid.
For the past 4 years, the Rockets' playoff appearances had been dormant.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, you can build a rocket, but he's still stupid.
The Bucks head to Houston to take on the Rockets.
Kyle Kuzma goes bowling right into Harden. Counter with a foul!
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Abbey window.
Is your bathroom stuck in the 90s? Sick of looking at that pink and brass? Then it's time for an upgrade. Abbey Home can customize a new tub or shower conversion just for you. If you like the look of tile, but don't want the maintenance and issues that come with it, we're your perfect fit. We pull all the permits, take it down to the studs, and get you a whole new look in 2 days. Go to myabbeyhome.com to learn more. Right now, get 0% interest for 24 months and get 20% off your project. If somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock, I'm Vince Cotroneo on Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, February 25th, our top story. Police shot a suspect dead in Fond du Lac.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Hopeful signs from the Vatican.
I'm Debbie Laziga. Eastbound 94 to northbound 41 in the Zoo interchange still closed because of a crash. So that's going to be backing things up into Waukesha County. So careful with that. On the from the Zoo all the way to about 27th Street, you're going to see some delays. Westbound 94 out of the Marquette all the way to Hawley Road, and then again from about Highway 100 into Waukesha County all the way to about Calhoun. So you've seen some delays through there. Also, southbound 94, just south of the Mitchell interchange, we got the right shoulder blocked with yet another crash. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Partly cloudy skies today on our way to a high of 47 degrees. Tonight's low staying above freezing. Will be a tick above that at 33 under increasing clouds. Right now at 37 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, police shot a suspect and killed that person after an incident in the town of Fond du Lac.
Sheriff's deputies say they made contact with the suspect over the phone initially regarding a felony warrant, then responded to the Woodland Park mobile home community. There, they say the suspect refused to listen to their commands, and after non-lethal force was used, the suspect showed a gun. A deputy then shot the suspect, who later died at a hospital. No officers or members of the public were injured. The deputy involved has been placed on administrative leave, and the State Department of Justice is currently investigating. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
More federal workers are being let go amid some pushback over the recent cuts. ABC's Rachel Scott.
The Trump administration pushing forward with cuts to the federal workforce. The Department of Veterans Affairs letting go of more than 1,400 probationary employees overnight. Some of the efforts from Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency sparking backlash. Monitors at the Department of Housing and Urban Development briefly displayed a fake image of Trump and Musk with the words, "Long live the real king." HUD calling it an abuse of taxpayer resources, saying they plan to investigate the incident.
Locally, employees at the Zablocki VA Medical Center in Milwaukee are being urged to comply with Musk's demand for information on the work performed. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting that the executive director of the VA has told employees in an email that they are encouraged to respond but not required to do so.
The Pope is still in the hospital, but after a weekend crisis, there are some hopeful signs.
In St. Peter's Square last night, the first of what will be nightly vigils
praying for the Pope's recovery. And with the morning, some hopeful news. 88-year-old Francis has resumed a light work schedule after a good night's sleep. But with double pneumonia and a complex lung condition, doctors warn the Pope isn't out of the woods yet. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Marquette Professor Emeritus Father Stephen Ivelia tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News the Pope's been making calls from his bedside.
Not only Gaza, he was supporting people in the Ukraine. He was speaking up in behalf of immigration and denouncing the mass deportations. He was going right where the issues were and speaking firmly and loudly.
And the 88-year-old is said to still be in critical condition.
New information about a huge store coming to the old Boston store property at Mayfair Mall.
Securing Scheels at Mayfair is significant on its own. But Wauwatosa Mayor Dennis McBride tells Wisconsin's Midday News it also means keeping some big names at the mall.
Nordstrom had an agreement. There needed to be 2 other anchors, so this is important to keep Nordstrom. Macy's wanted to make sure there was another anchor at the other end of the mall.
The sporting goods retailer already has a presence in Wisconsin with stores in Appleton and Eau Claire, but sees Tosa as a big opportunity.
Scheels has been nibbling at Mayfair probably for the entire time since this vacancy came up in 2018.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
A sale of the Slinger Super Speedway has been tentatively reached to keep the track racing. The current track owners say the buyers are local fans that transitioned into racing themselves. Now, the names of those new owners have yet to be made public. The Journal Sentinel says they expect no changes to the upcoming season of racing at the track.
Racking my brain, in old Mayfair, before they, when it used to have, this would be well before your time, but they used to have a river that ran like right through Mayfair. There was the ice skating rink and all this stuff. There was also a sporting goods store in the mall proper, and it was 2 floors. Was it Herman's? It was awesome. So I'm thinking of the Scheels, like taking that entire Boston store property, how big that would be. But that was like the place to go for like actual equipment and stuff. It was before a Dick's or before, some of these other outfits. And that was like a mall staple. Love that store. 2 floors. You could go down the store. Oh, there's even more downstairs. It's amazing. 8:06 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. At BBC, we sell all the top brands of lights and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Schoenbeck Crystal, and hundreds more. We get every brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. In our award-winning showroom, you'll also find factory closeouts with lights and fans priced well below their original cost. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4, and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's, near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 255368. Thanks for listening to today's show. Hey, if you'd like to get started with a no social security number required refi checkup, a second opinion, or a rock-solid pre-approval to buy, all you have to do is click on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:07.
After an 8-year hiatus, a new search underway for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370.
The Boeing 777 with 239 people aboard vanished from radar 11 years ago next month while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. The last search, which covered 46,000 square miles of the Indian Ocean, was suspended in 2017. Only a few pieces of debris were found. Now the Malaysian government has signed a contract with the firm Ocean Infinity to search again. The firm says new data analysis points to a new 5,800 square mile area of the southern Indian Ocean. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The 2025 NFL Draft is 2 months away, and organizers in Green Bay are entering the home stretch in the prep.
It's a state fair of football.
Nick Meisner is the VP of Communications for Discover Green Bay. GreenBay.com is your one-stop shop for all draft-related info, from where to stay to how to rent out your home.
The majority of the event is free to attend.
And don't expect to copy and paste from recent drafts in Kansas City and Detroit.
We want visitors to know they are in Wisconsin, they are in Green Bay. So they're doing everything they can to find local touches.
For example, supper club offerings at concessions. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
So the city of Green Bay is expecting roughly 300,000 people to attend that 3-day event beginning April 24th.
Downtown Milwaukee development proposal centered on a minor league soccer stadium is now targeting summer for a start to construction. According to a deed posted by the Wisconsin Department of Revenue, the 7-acre land parcel about 8th and Michigan has been sold to a company affiliated with the Designers and Milwaukee Pro Soccer, targeting a 2026 opening for their first match. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. College? You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. Hi, it's Gina Della from Pella. With Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, you get so much more than stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. A 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Our expert installers are available year-round and can install in as little as a day. If something ever goes wrong, Pella will handle it ASAP because you work with the same team from start to finish. Oh my gosh, why wait? Get the Pella experience and this incredible deal. 0% interest for up to 6 years on brand new Pella windows and doors. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
How would you like to own a jewelry store?
Kessler's Diamonds is an employee-owned company.
And Kessler's is growing. Are you the kind of person we're looking for?
Does it make you happy to make other people happy?
Are you a problem solver?
Would you like to wake up every morning knowing that you're going to help a lot of people find joy today?
Kessler's Diamonds is people serving people.
Keep in mind that Kessler's is owned by its employees. So let me ask you this. Are you a good enough leader that you can be an owner who leads other owners?
Don't worry, you don't have to know about diamonds. We can teach you about diamonds. But the people we're looking for aren't looking for a job.
Did someone pop into your head just now?
Do you think you might know who we're looking for?
Give that person a call.
Send them an email.
Tell them to walk into Kessler's Diamonds and say to the person who greets them,
I think I want to work here.
Welcome to Kessler's.
A fantastic place to buy jewelry and a wonderful place to work.
For the store nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Coming up on 8:11, Debbie, what do you see on the roads?
Well, we've got delays and we got closures and we got accidents and junk like that. So we got eastbound 94 to northbound 41 in the Zoo interchange. That ramp closed because of an earlier crash. Delays coming in from the county line all the way to that point. Stays heavy all the way through to about 35th Street. On the westbound side, backing up from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard, and then again coming in through the Zoo interchange. The ramp to get onto southbound 894 from westbound 94 is kind of backed up as well. I don't know if it's because of that accident or if it's something that we've got right around Greenfield Avenue, because that's where it starts to let up. We do have another accident on southbound 94 just south of the Mitchell interchange. That one's off on the right shoulder. Delays on 894 eastbound, pretty much starting from Highway 100 through the Hale interchange all the way to Loomis. And then northbound 4394 slow around the Plainfield curve all the way up to Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mild temperatures continue through the week. I've got another 50 here, on Friday. High of 52 degrees. Today, high 47 under partly cloudy skies and increasing clouds tonight. Low temperature should stay above freezing at 33. Right now, 38 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. More confusion this morning in our federal government. DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. It's led by Elon Musk. DOGE, Musk, individual supervisors, even the president sending mixed messages.
What he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired.
What is semi-fired? That was the clarifying remarks.
Yes.
Actually, we needed our Matt LaFleur drop there. I don't know what that means. And we'll have to have that ready. Who's fired? Who's semi-fired at this point? What even does that mean? Let's go.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
America will go bankrupt if this is not done. That's why I'm here.
We're trying to get good things done, but also, have a good time doing it.
Now, some folks seem to be having a good time. Even that, Eric has this furrowed brow right now. You're confused by that comment even.
What is that?
Having a good time?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Right.
This is fun?
So we know President Trump has tasked Elon Musk to lead this Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. They have been exposing line items in various federal budgets, for example, that have appalled many Americans. Hey, we're spending money on this, we're spending money on that.
Sure,
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you support this downsizing, or better put for some, a right-sizing of our federal government, the methodology, how it's being carried out, has plunged the federal workforce into confused chaos.
Over the weekend, Musk posting on X, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Soon after, the Office of Personnel Management emailing workers, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week. Deadline is this Monday at 11:59 p.m.
Okay, ABC's Mary Bruce there. Well, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that deadline has since passed. However, it is apparently now extended.
Musk saying overnight that employees will get another chance to respond to his email asking them to list their recent accomplishments. The original deadline to respond passed overnight. But Musk now saying, quote, failure to respond a second time will result in termination. Musk not elaborating on a potential second deadline.
Nicole D'Antonio from ABC News reporting there. What did you catch in that thing about where or how these messages are being
that they're
disseminated?
Vague.
There is that.
And they're on social media?
Yes. So this wasn't a subsequent email from Musk or from anybody in personnel in the federal government. It was something that he posted to his X account. And so, even just from that standpoint, are federal workers supposed to be on their phones, on social media, to find out what Musk posted? Are they supposed to be following what the next directive is from him there? Or are they waiting for emails? Are they talking to their supervisor? Little problem with that.
The Office of Personnel Management told leaders of federal agencies their workers are not required to respond to Musk's email. The Justice Department, State Department, and Defense Department all telling their employees not to reply. But the Treasury Department saying their employees should respond. The Department of Health and Human Services said workers can respond if they want to.
It's not like you can respond if you want. What am I supposed to do?
I don't even know what that means.
Yes, thank you. And before we brand every federal worker some sort of whiner and complainer like this, regardless of whether you support President Trump or not, if you just looked at this without all the political implications, without being invested in one side or another, this is dysfunction.
Right.
This is not working.
No one would say that this has been executed properly.
Yes, if you just heard about some company wherever and they say, nobody even knows what to do and the supervisors don't know what to tell their people.
And the CEO's like, didn't you check my Twitter?
Right. You would say this is dysfunctional. So, all right, here we go. We had some availability with the president because he had Emmanuel Macron, president of France, in. They were doing that, sit by the fireplace and have the whatever. Yeah. And sometimes there are questions about the topic, which they were discussing. Sometimes since you got the president there, the press will fire questions about this, that, or the other. Mr. President, what should we do about this?
We have people that don't show up to work, and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working?
Okay, fair enough, right? This is what my guy... Look, I asked my guy to go in there. We're trying to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. I think it's reasonable to ask people, what are you doing? In some of these cases, the president expects they won't get emails back because those are unfilled positions, or nobody's there, or people who are work from home aren't working at all or even bothering to check their emails. Okay, fine. I can get 100% behind that. But again, back to the point of, for those folks who got the email and wonder, their supervisors telling them don't respond, or in some cases, well, if you want to, go ahead and respond.
And then if you don't answer, you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired.
I don't know what that means.
Thank you. What does it mean to be semi-fired? I mean, I believe in what we do, we're semi-fired every day. I could walk out of here and be like, what was that show today?
Right?
That's semi-fired.
Right.
So, again, I think I tend to side with those folks who agree that we could sustain and perhaps should have a considerable right-sizing in federal government, whether that's positions or whether that's how we're allocating money spent and all of that. You know, we look at some of the things that have been exposed about how we're funding arts projects in Eastern Europe or this, that, or the other thing. While here in Milwaukee, you've got crumbling schools that are not only not educating students, but literally poisoning some kids.
Right.
And there's we can't do that. And I know that's the old argument. Well, we should be spending the money here at home. Yeah, there are things that we do in the State Department or other things with grants that are made to entice or to induce certain outcomes that we like. But clearly, there are some things that have been exposed here that make a lot of people angry, and I think rightly so. But then you look at this process, and I think one bad thing that's come of this is to brand 3 million workers in our federal bureaucracy in one place or another as a whole bunch of deadbeats.
Right. It's an us versus them.
Yeah.
It's not.
And think of the touch points that you do actually have with the federal government. If you fly today, what do you want TSA worrying about?
If there's any ammo in someone's bag.
Yeah. Not whether or not they're supposed to come to work on Thursday or whether they're supposed to check Twitter to find out what am I supposed to do next. You've got someone you care about or you're a veteran and you have an appointment at the VA. Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel did a really nice piece talking about how they're responding. A woman who works for the union for employees said, I got people lined up outside my door. I don't want them outside her door. I want them caring for our veterans. They've earned it. And there are enough challenges in that department. Your mom's Social Security check didn't come. You want somebody to answer the phone when you try to deal with that. Tax season, right? This is wrong on my W-2. What am I supposed to do? I hate the IRS. Well, that's fine, but you need somebody to answer the phone and help you with that. And if all they're worried about, if entirely what they're talking about is this disarray and dysfunction, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to respond to this email or not, like we've created the exact opposite outcome of what we are hoping to achieve, right? Greater efficiency. I don't know what the solution is at this point. I think it has to be a streamlined communication process. I think people need to know who's in charge, to whom I answer. These supervisors need to get on the same page. We're either responding to these emails or we're not.
Now, one question would be, well, why not just respond to it?
Right.
Like, what would prevent you from just saying, yeah, here's what we did last week. This,
Simple
this,
enough.
that, those, and this.
So I guess, honestly, if I
mean, that would be one question that I know many would want the answer to. Well, why don't you just respond with what you do? Because we all do stuff at work.
Okay, you were in a middle management type of role. You managed the newsroom for quite some time. You managed people, but you weren't running the company. So, all right, what would you would tell the people that who report to you to do what?
If the CEO had sent a note to my staff, I would go up to the CEO first and say, or at least reach out to those and ask, hey, what's going on here, so I can get some answers knowing before I go back to my... Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to get an answer or that these supervisors are getting answers, but that would be the first move. Middle management's first move should be okay, what's the message from the
Clarifying.
top? And then go back down and disseminate.
Okay, if you're either fired or semi-fired, so you have no answer there, like then what do you tell them to do?
Okay, well then detail what you did. You should
Fill
be
out
proud
the
of your
email.
work.
Right.
All of anyone who ever worked for me had millions of things they were doing and doing them.
They're very well managed, Eric.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure you're a great boss. You were never my boss, but because of that management experience, you offer me some timely advice.
Just
here
some
and there.
suggestions.
I'd let that one go. I get that every now and then. I'd let that one go.
Legalize comedy. Yeah. Turns off.
Well, looks like things are slowing down. We got a couple of accidents still to deal with. One that has a ramp closed, eastbound and northbound in the Zoo interchange. That is still closed with that crash. Now we've got a new one out of the Hale interchange on 894 eastbound. Basically, we've got the left shoulder blocked with a crash just around 92nd Street, so careful with that. We've also got the other one on southbound 94 south of the Mitchell interchange with the right shoulder blocked. Other than that, general delays around the area. Southbound 43 is pretty heavy from Silver Spring all the way down almost to North Avenue. Then we've also got eastbound 94 backing up from Highway 100 all the way through to 35th Street. Northbound 4394 slower on the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show. Available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. Are you wondering if you've saved enough to retire? Maybe you're not sure when the right time is to retire. Well, here's what you do. You don't leave it to guesswork. Get a plan. Since 2002, Drake & Associates has been guiding good people to make great decisions about their retirement. Their team helps people just like you to create a roadmap to retirement, offering comprehensive, holistic planning through their exclusive retirement roadmap. And right now, they're giving away a complimentary retirement toolkit. It includes Tony Drake's book, Get Retirement Ready, and 5 essential guides covering every key piece of your retirement plan. Don't wait. Call or text Drake, D-R-A-K-E, to 414-400-4692 to claim your free copy today. That's Drake to 414-400-4692 and secure your retirement future now.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I've been on this weight loss journey for about 4 weeks, and I've already lost 20 pounds thanks to my amazing team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. My wife's on board. Kathy loves it, and we are both feeling more energized.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Abby Home. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
I was thinking about this the other day as we look at the skyrocketing cost of eggs, and let me couch those remarks by saying I still think eggs are a really good bargain, even if it's $5 a dozen.
Okay, gas guy. No, we don't pay enough for gas.
I don't want to pay more for gas than anybody does. I still think it's a bargain. Orange juice costs more per gallon, and it literally goes on trees. You got to suck oil out of the center of the earth, refine it, put it on a boat, put it in a pipeline, put it on a truck, bing, bing, bing.
Anyway, we're talking about eggs.
I think eggs are still a bargain, but I don't want to pay any more than anybody else does, and you've got this bird flu that is devastating egg-laying chickens, and the farmers across the country there's a shortage, and as there's a shortage, then demand goes up, and so paying a lot more. I remember when I worked at Susie's Cheesecakes, latter part of high school and into early college, one of my jobs, and I actually kind of enjoyed it, was, cheesecake has a lot of eggs in it. And I was like egg cracker guy.
Ooh, were you pretty good at it?
Yeah, I got pretty good.
One-handed?
One hand? Good question, Deb.
Didn't need to. Why am I doing it one-handed?
So you could do 2 at a time.
Bing, bing, bing.
I was never that talented. I'll grant you that. But so you take these big, like cases of eggs, right? And what we would do is we knew how many eggs you needed per a batch of cheesecakes. So I can't remember what the numbers would be, but you'd get out this big crate and you'd crack them one by one into a large Tupperware. And then that would be ready to go and added to that day's, batch for the cakes. But it's a lot of eggs, man. Like, it would take forever, and I'm thinking about these buckets of dozens and dozens and dozens of eggs, and now think about how much more that costs to make every batch of cheesecakes.
Right.
And I was thinking about that, too. John Mercure from Wisconsin's Afternoon News, he was talking to the guy at O&H Bakery, president of O&H Danish Bakery, makers of Kringle, probably most famous for the Kringle, but Punch Geek cakes of all things. Peter Olesen was in studio with John.
We use whole eggs. We use egg whites. All depends on the recipe. I mean, we're staring at a white cake here in front of us that has a lot of egg whites in it. So it really just depends. But yeah, certainly we're using thousands of pounds of eggs.
Thousands of pounds of eggs. So, like, when you think about a builder, your raw materials are lumber. Lumber costs go up. It costs more to make a house, okay?
Yep.
Well, if your raw materials are eggs, it costs more to make Kringle. Denny's announced that it's at least allowing some locations to raise prices on eggs. If your product is omelets, your raw materials are eggs.
That's surcharge being added.
What is Waffle House doing? They're like 50 cents extra an egg?
Something like that. Yeah.
Why don't we have any Waffle Houses? Whole other conversation. Anyway, but right, so you are seeing in some cases this cost being passed on to the consumer. Olesen over there at O&H did point out, there are a lot of ingredients that go into their stuff. So right now they're trying not to pass that cost on and raising prices because they're trying to find savings in other things. Maybe they can get a better deal on sugar right now or butter or whatever.
Like anyone, we really hate passing on costs to our consumer. Is it needed sometime? Absolutely. But we really work as hard as we can without impacting quality, number one. We really don't reformulate or make changes like that unless it's for a better quality product, first and foremost. But we really try to take all that into account before we make that last final decision that we need to pass that on.
So that's something to be mindful of come next Tuesday, right?
For example.
Fat Tuesday is next week.
It's got to be Tuesday. It's late, too, this year. But right, a lot of punchki.
Across the board, everywhere, right? Yeah. All kinds of fun pastries and doughy things to enjoy.
And whatnot. Boy, it was a sugar rush upstairs yesterday. Phenomenal things that Olesen brought in. O&H, you bet. So in some cases, you're going to see these costs passed on. Olesen did say he does believe, he goes, seen this before, we'll see it again. Costs rise and fall.
Yep.
And he's optimistic that ultimately that price will come back down.
Oh, I know a chicken. I know a chicken. And she laid an egg. And she laid an egg. Oh, I know a chicken.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Looking to escape the winter chill? Fox World Travel has you covered. Whether it's an all-inclusive vacation with Apple Vacations, a luxurious Princess Cruise, or a European adventure with Globus and Avalon, we create unforgettable experiences just for you. Enjoy last-minute deals, exclusive offers, and personalized itineraries. From booking to boarding, we handle all the details for a stress-free trip. Ready to get out of the cold? Call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention code RADIO to start planning your getaway today.
Is outdoor living limited at your place? Well, imagine a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, maybe even an outdoor kitchen in your yard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a local, family-owned company that consults, designs, and builds these things. They're the best. Let them make Outdoor Living Unlimited in your yard like they did in ours. We are Wisconsin. We live outdoors as much as possible. Make the most of it with help from Outdoor Living Unlimited. See OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Grab your to-do list and head to Fleet Farm for Project Days, happening now through the 26th. Carhartt fans get a free $20 gift card with every $100 worth of Carhartt gear. Good on your next Fleet Farm purchase. Sprout Sweet Mix for horses and livestock is just $8.99 a bag. And save $50 on a Milwaukee M18 Compact Brushless Drill Driver Kit, now only $149. And save big on Milwaukee tools during Milwaukee Deal Days, February 20th through the 26th at Fleet Farm.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to AdventKnows.com.
This week's home improvement experts are senior real estate specialists Bruce and Jean Nemovitz from Bruce's team.
8:33, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Our top story, police shot and killed a person in Fond du Lac.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Movement for pro soccer in Brew City.
I'm Debbie Laziga. They finally reopened that ramp from eastbound 94 to northbound 41 in the zoo. Still seeing big delays around that area, but for example, from the zoo all the way to 27th Street, so careful with that. We've got also an accident coming in from on 894 eastbound from the Hale interchange, just about at 92nd Street, off on the left shoulder. Another one just south of the Mitchell interchange on 94 southbound. That one has the right shoulder blocked, so watch out for that. Slow speeds on 43 southbound too, by the way, from just before Silver Spring all the way down past Burleigh. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
47 degrees your high temp today under partly cloudy skies. Increasing clouds and a low of 33 tonight. Milwaukee temp up to 40 now. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a suspect dead after police shooting Monday evening in the town of Fond du Lac. Deputies responded to Woodland Park Mobile Home Community, said it was a person with a felony warrant. Authorities say the suspect refused to listen to commands, and after non-lethal force was used, that suspect then showed a gun. That's when police shot. The officer involved is on administrative leave.
An update to a story we've been following here on WTMJ. 4 people are in custody this morning in connection to the death of a 15-year-old boy. Makai Neal was found dead inside a stolen car that was on fire near 26th and Locust earlier this month. Now, just Monday, we were told of 4 arrests and charges for 4 people, including a man who faces 5 felonies. An autopsy revealed that Neal, who was a football player, was shot 8 times with a stolen gun inside the car before it was set on fire.
A Whitefish Bay Elementary School associate principal facing homicide charges now. The associate principal at Cumberland Elementary School, Rebecca Solomon, now charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle for a crash from December in the town of West Bend.
President Trump is applauding the idea put forward by Elon Musk, demanding a list of accomplishments from all federal workers. But ABC's Rachel Scott says it's created some more confusion.
The president calling that idea genius, saying those who don't answer would be semi-fired or fired.
By asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired.
But just as the president weighed in, his own administration gave conflicting information. The Office of Personnel Management told agencies the request was voluntary and that workers don't have to respond.
Here locally, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting that employees at the Zablocki VA Medical Center in Milwaukee are being urged to comply with Musk's demand for information on the work they've performed.
Land sale marks the first momentum in months for a planned professional soccer stadium in downtown Milwaukee.
This 7-acre parcel of currently empty land near 8th and Michigan now belongs to MDC Iron District LLC, according to the Department of Revenue. The project was heralded by many when it was first announced in 2022, including Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson.
They're thinking big, they're thinking bold, and I love when people think big and bold and think about Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Pro Soccer has not commented on the land sale. From the Iron District in downtown Milwaukee, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Off the opening bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 175 points to 43,623. S&P 500 at 5990. That is up about 6 points. And the NASDAQ falling 37 to 19,250. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:37.
Traffic sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Coming up, the Vatican hopeful this morning.
You're right, and I'll agree. It does sound too good to be true, but offering you affordable treatment that alleviates pain, which really does work, that we've seen in most cases insurance paid for in full, is a definite reality. It's pain relief, really. And these are FDA-approved treatments. They're safe and proven to reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Yeah, you'll have to get a couple of shots, and I know that can scare people. But the needle is extremely small. And after giving shots like this hundreds of thousands of times, you'll see we make it very easy. You're going to feel the relief that our powerful pain relief agents give you. They're pain relief drugs that solve pain problems. And the way I feel is that Rejuvenix should be the first stop for anyone living with pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Your first time driving a stick shift. The car, sporty. Your teacher, nervous. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Online Activation Zone, so you can easily shift your direct deposits from your old clunker of a bank to Associated Bank in just a few clicks. You've got this with Activation Zone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Well, we still have these problems out of the Hale interchange. We got a crash on the left shoulder just before you get to 92nd Street coming out of the Hale interchange. So careful with that. Then we've had an earlier accident on 94 southbound, just south of the Mitchell interchange. That's finally been cleared out of the way. Still have delays northbound heading up and around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. Eastbound 94, lots of company from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. And the ramp from westbound 94 to southbound 894 is pretty backed up. We've got, I'm not seeing any accident per se, but definitely tied up. And then once you get past Greenfield, you're good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
As we continue to pray for our Holy Father, Pope Francis.
It's Milwaukee Archbishop Jeffrey Grob there addressing Pope Francis's health during a mass at St. Matthias in Milwaukee on Monday. The Pope's condition said to have improved slightly overnight. Holy Father's been in the hospital for a week and a half now, dealing with a serious respiratory illness and other items as well. Remains in critical condition. Here's CBS's Dahlia Gallagher.
The 88-year-old pontiff, hospitalized over 10 days ago with double pneumonia, is said to be improving. The kidney issue discovered over the weekend, not a cause for concern, according to the Vatican.
He hasn't had any further respiratory crises. He has been able to reduce the amount of oxygen flow when he was using the nasal tubes.
Pope Francis was able to resume some work Monday while inside the hospital in Rome.
See, I don't...
Why are you so scared? Why does this bother you so much? Eric's very bothered by the fact that the pontiff is doing work of any kind.
Because he doesn't need to work.
You just want him to focus on getting better.
Put your feet up. You're 88. You have half your lung already missing from a surgery years ago. You clearly have health issues. Your kidneys are failing, and they have him on the phone making calls and
Maybe
things.
he wants to.
This is Father Stephen Avella. He's an professor emeritus at Marquette University. He was on Wisconsin's Afternoon News talking about how much work he's doing.
Not only Gaza, he was supporting people in the Ukraine. He was speaking up in behalf of immigration and denouncing the mass deportations. He was going right where the issues were and speaking firmly and loudly.
Great. Good for the pontiff, but unnecessary, right? At this moment, focus on your health, sir.
I'm quite sure he wants to, though, right? He's the one saying, no, I can do things. Right. What do you want me to do, sit here and read a book?
We did hear from Timothy Dolan, of course, the Cardinal of New York. He said that he was hearing that he wanted to walk down the hallway and see other patients and things like that.
Right. To your point, yes,
Right.
Everyone is rightly focused on him getting back to health so that he can be out there doing all the things that you want him to be able to do.
Back to the Archbishop for a second here in Milwaukee. Grob telling TMJ4 News, the pontiff on the minds, of course, of many of the flock.
Whenever I think about him is the sense of accompaniment. You know, in a sense, that's who we are supposed to be as members of the church, as members of the body of Christ. We accompany our brothers and sisters. We accompany one another on the journey of faith.
I'm just saying, if we were being asked to give the Excellency some advice, maybe, I don't know, binge watch a show. Do something on... Netflix has tons of things that you could watch.
Including Conclave. You think he's seen that one?
I don't know. I'm curious.
You don't want to be the aide that recommends, well, this is about the church. Yeah, do you know what it's about? I don't want to watch that. I'm getting better.
Especially the first 10 minutes.
Right. Nice to hear from the Milwaukee Archbishop as well,
Right,
new
yes.
in the role, and leading the flock in prayer. His best wishes for Pope Francis. 8:43 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Love is in the air at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, play to your heart's content in the Love It or Leave It $300,000 game show. Thursday night, you could love your prize or leave it for another. For a chance to cuddle up to thousands in cash and prizes, just play using your rewards card. Get ready to love it or leave it. Only at Potawatomi. Learn more at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Vince Vitrano here for Lifetime Door Company. Warmer in the summer, cooler in the winter with this insulated, expertly installed Haas garage door from Lifetime Door Company in Brookfield. And we knew that it would improve the look and style of our home, but I am so impressed, especially in the bitter cold stretches that we've had this winter, but how much warmer it is in the garage. Weather is so hard on our cars, everything else we got in the garage too. You can protect all those investments by replacing your drafty, unsightly door with a beautiful new product from Lifetime Door Company. Biggest door to your house, right? Probably why, dollar for dollar, it's one of the best returns on your investment when you sell. Although, why would you, now that your home's exterior is the envy of the neighborhood? Get started now at lifetimedoor.net or visit my friends Rich, Rick, Ronnie, Mac, all over at the beautiful showroom just north of 124th and Burleigh. 5% off your total purchase when you tell them Vinny sent you. Lifetimedoor.net.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks. Take a look outside and imagine the yard of your dreams. What do you see out there? Thriving plant life, immaculately edged beds, beautiful, healthy blooms. I got this at my place. It's thanks to Landworks. Take the guesswork out of your green space with landscape services from a good local company, Landworks. Their personalized landscaping plans are carefully designed to make your property shine throughout the season. Plan it now. Now's the time to contact Landworks today, the teams I trust in my yard. LandworksWisconsin.com.
8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News. The annual effort to raise millions of dollars for the performing arts in our community is renewed once again today.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This evening, a special event, United Performing Arts Fund will launch its 2025 campaign. The announcement, with reception to follow at Skylight Music Theater in the 3rd Ward tonight. But we have the president and CEO of UPAF in studio with us this morning, Amory Scobie-Polachek. Welcome to the show, Amory. Nice to see you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I know it's a super busy day. You have a lot of work ahead, polishing off the speech and whatnot, so appreciate the time this morning.
It's great to be here.
Well, let's talk about what happens tonight. I've been to the launch event before, usually some performances, and folks get to see and meet some of the performers that they see on stage.
Absolutely. We are thrilled tonight to be having this launch at the Skylight Theater in the 3rd Ward. We're going to have the program starting at 5. We invite anyone to show up, join us for the launch, and maybe find your parking at 4:30 and walk in. It will be great. We will be enjoying performances from the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra tonight. There will be a number from Frankenstein the musical, which Skylight is putting on, and also a performance by the ballet. So it's going to be a great night. It's free, open to the public. We'll have some refreshments afterwards, and we'll talk a lot about the United Performing Arts Fund and all the good that UPAF does in the community.
Traditionally, sometimes there's a goal that's announced, sometimes there isn't. So are you going to announce a big number? This is the number that we're trying to reach in our campaign?
We are going to announce a goal, and it is a big number. And the significance of this number is it's a 16% year-over-year increase over what we raised last year. UPAF has the desire to really reach into the community, support the arts, support educational programs. And in order to do that, we need to get some of the dollars back that were really lost during COVID. Some donors didn't give during the COVID years, understandable. But this year we are all going to be joining hands in the community to get some of those donors back so that we can better support the arts.
Now, I can do the math in my free time here, 16% year over year. Do you want to just tell me the number?
Sure, I'll tell you the number.
Tell me the number.
The number is $10.7 million we're trying to raise this year. And we would just invite anyone in the community who has had maybe some experiences in the arts. Maybe you were in theater in high school. Maybe your kids enjoy First Stage. Maybe you have other kids who are in the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra. All of the people in Milwaukee are really welcome to come to this kickoff tonight, 5 o'clock, Skylight Theater in the 3rd Ward. So much fun.
You know, one thing that Vince and I often talk about, when it comes to philanthropy, the city punches above its weight. It's above its weight class. Just the number of entities that come and raise money for a million different things. And I think the same goes for the arts in Milwaukee. It's just what happens in this small city, and I know it's not that small, but in this small city compared to some others across the country when it comes to the arts is remarkable.
It is amazing. And really, Milwaukee is one of just a handful of cities that has a United Performing Arts Fund. So we are the largest United Performing Arts Fund in the nation and one of just a handful. Most cities are not fortunate enough to have one organization that raises funds for so many. And UPAF is here supporting the large organizations like the Symphony and Ballet and the Rep, and also the tiny organizations, our affiliates who are, we have 23 affiliates. Then we also support the medium-sized organizations like Black Arts Milwaukee. I mentioned First Stage, the Chamber Theater, Renaissance Theater. So we've got the gamut, and we're so proud to support all of them.
Emery Scobie-Polachek is the president and CEO at United Performing Arts Fund. What, about 5-6 months on the job now?
Yeah,
in your role?
Exactly. I started right after Labor Day. I feel so fortunate. We have a wonderful staff. We have wonderful leaders in the Milwaukee arts community who are doing such important work in all of their organizations. We have an outstanding board, and most of all, we have wonderful donors throughout the city. We have large corporations who are giving really significant gifts. We have 100 workplace giving campaigns throughout the city where people in their workplaces gather together and raise money for UPAF and enjoy some performances along the way. We are really fortunate here in Milwaukee. It's really a privilege to be here.
You know, as the head of UPAF, you probably could use your weight and get onto one of the shows and say, hey, you know what, you could cast me in on this. And
Absolutely.
You could have a lead or something if you kind of push that a little bit.
Yeah, the reason that I have the role I have is so I don't need to be on stage. You do not want to hear me sing. I have a very limited ability to do any kind of performing arts, which is why I feel like I need to support the arts so people like me don't end up on stage.
Best we all stay in our lanes, right?
We really should.
Anne-Marie Scobie-Polachek, congratulations on the position. And the launch is tonight for United Performing Arts Fund with a $10.7 million campaign goal. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
8:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News. And we'll check traffic one more time here with Debbie before 9 o'clock.
Sure. We've got eastbound 94 still backing up out of the Zoo interchange all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound's backed up from the county line all the way to about Calhoun. Southbound 43, watch for backups from Hampton all the way down past Burleigh. And we've also got more delays northbound on 4394, just north of the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. Watch for a few backups as well on 894. Technically 43 from the Rock Freeway from Highway 100 through the way to Loomis is going to be a bit slow. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
Stephanie Hauser, WIAA Executive Director. The federal government has sort of instituted a policy related to transgender and, students and sports. You have sort of clarified your policy. Can you lay it out for everybody who's listening what that policy does?
On the Political Power Hour.
The board did take a vote yesterday to come into compliance, and they replaced our old policy with a revised policy.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Accidents don't take holidays, but with Ortho Live, I've got you covered. Vince Vitrano here, and what I meant was my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin has you covered. You know you can visit an Ortho ASAP clinic every day of the week, But if you've got an injury after hours or on a holiday and it can't wait till the morning, Ortho Live, yet another option. You go to orthowisconsin.com, and then top of the page there, you'll see a banner that reads, Need to be seen now. If that's you, click Get Started and set up a virtual visit. Ortho Live will provide peace of mind and guidance when you need it most. And no appointment at OAW walk-in clinics with hours 7 days a week. Or book an appointment. Set up a virtual visit online anytime at orthowisconsin.com.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradenton Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradenton Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Yours brings you modern Scandinavian design recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In-stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases, and it's free. Stop in today and save now during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Mild temperatures continue in your WTMJ forecast, brought to you by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 47 degrees today, 45 the high on Wednesday. Thursday's high 42, but back up to 52 for the high temperature on Friday.
We've got good news for the people of Earth. So NASA has run the numbers again, and it sounds like we're a little bit safer from potentially catastrophic asteroid results.
The office building size 2024 YR4 previously had an impact probability of 2.3%, which is high compared to the other 37,000 near-Earth asteroids being tracked by NASA. But newer observations suggest a much lower chance, about 1.7%. The 2024 YR4 has our planet in its sights when it passes by on December 22nd, 2032. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
So there has been some talk about whether or not we should protect ourselves or learn how to protect ourselves if one of these were to actually hit us, and we've got that report.
Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson says we need to come up with a plan for future threats.
I don't want to be the laughing stock of the galaxy as being the only intelligent species with a space program that did not prevent its own extinction.
What, he doesn't
So
want to
far.
He doesn't want to go to the conference on Alpha Centauri and be told by the aliens, "Hey, what are you guys doing down there? I thought you're supposed to be smart."
Yes.
He doesn't want to be embarrassed in that context. I can't do this for the next 7 years, though.
Oh, the idea of a little bit of a percentage
2.3%. Oh, it's down to
Yep.
1.7%. I thought it was below 1% even. Like this whole back and forth for 7 years.
So then if it changes again, we're going
I'm supposed to feel good. I'm supposed to feel bad. I'm supposed to be worried. No, we're all going to be fine. I don't even know what to wish for at this point. You can get a lot done in 7 years. Might be time. 8:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News, the WTMJ Political Power Hour. Steve Scafidi up next.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Yes!
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A new brunch restaurant is coming to the Corners at Brookfield. Walking Daisy will take over the former Here Chicky Chicky space with plans to open in June after construction. Shields Sporting Goods comes to Mayfair Mall after another retailer backs out. Shields will take over the long vacant Boston store location and is expected to open in spring 2027. Ollie's Bargain Outlet to open a Grafton location. This comes after the excess inventory retailer added 4 Wisconsin locations on February 12th, expanding its presence to 6 stores in the state. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.